Well, it seems like you can't be on the internet recently without seeing a clip from Candace Owens or Nick Fuentes or Tucker Carlson. And in some cases, the clips are from Candace Owens about Nick Fuentes and Nick Fuentes talking about Tucker. It's really not a conversation that I wanted to have. It's not something that I thought was that great. But after seeing some of the good, the bad, and the ugly of people that I all consider to be colleagues, and at the very least, we are friendly or friends, I thought that we might chime in and discuss things, especially after Steven Crowder's absolutely horrific criticism of Tucker Carlson. Very, very weird stuff. Nobody can really get along today. Who's right in this conversation? Does it even matter? We're going to be talking about that, plus so many more things, including the fact that apparently Randy Fine doesn't like us. But we don't like him either. So things are not fine, Randy. In between eating and celebrating the death of children in Gaza, he finds time to do what a lot of Zionists do, which is make our lives a living hell. My name is Elijah Schaefer. It is approximately 7:06 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States. Let's start the show. Welcome back to The Rift, live Monday through Friday here on YouTube and on Rumble. Don't forget to like the video if you're watching. Make sure you hit that little button, leave a comment. It helps us out a lot as we're a brand new show. So for people that are confused and say, well, what about your views on YouTube? And we're not under attack. The Matrix is not attacking. It's just a new show. So I used to have another YouTube channel that had a lot of subscribers. YouTube basically killed that channel, deleted the entire catalog, demonetized it, yada, yada. So I joined this new company, and now we have this show. So be here every night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Anyway, joining me today in the studio are my guests, resident contributor, producer, and co-host here, Michael Hennessy. Welcome back.
Hey, happy to be back. We got some more travels on the way, too, so just excited to be here.
Yeah, awesome. And then joining us today, for I believe the first time here on RiftTV.com, Doctor, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Because you're somewhat of a legend, and people that aren't familiar with you, they probably know you or know something you've done or you've said, but they don't have the face with the name because you're huge on X, and not everyone pays attention to the profile picture. So who are you and why are you here?
Yeah, I'm Simon. So, I mean, people probably just know my profile picture, right? Because I'm not on many shows. I'm Dr. Simon Goddek, and I don't know, I'm a big deal and a legend. I mean, like, people know me via my profile. But that's about it.
Yeah, just casually, kind of a big deal. No, but we are on YouTube, and so obviously they like to make sure that we all know that those jabs are safe and effective. But you actually were on the front line, sort of just fighting the pharmaceutical industrial complex for a very, very long time before very, very many people were willing to actually step out and put their life on the line. And you've gotten the attention of some very powerful people, not just for the pharmaceutical industrial complex, but also your criticisms of the Zionist regime, the military industrial complex. You're somewhat of a pariah, and they seem to maybe even want you dead. They definitely don't want you free. I've seen that recently. They
hate me.
Yeah.
I mean, they've always been hating me. And the thing is, when it all started with the COVID, I was a minority. Let's say 1 or 2 or 3%. Now it's mainstream, isn't it? I mean, like, whatever I've been saying during COVID is something even mainstream media says nowadays. Same with, the criticism against Israel, whatever, it's going to be mainstream in one day as well. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say about this, but it turns out that my opinion is going to be, so my conspiracy theories, what they call it, they always use this word, is going to be true one day.
Yeah, it will be. And today we're talking about a very interesting topic. I know as we dive into this, I want to remind you guys, first and foremost, if you have an HSA or an FSA account, listen to me right now and check this out. You could be actually getting up to 35% tax back on everything that you already buy. Listen to this. Most people think that it's just for a doctor's visits. If you're like me, I didn't even know what an HSA and an FSA were, and now I'm beginning to understand this like a health savings account. Now, most people think it's just for doctor visits or prescriptions, but it can also cover everyday wellness items like supplements, protein powder, sleep trackers, cold plunges, and even more. So with the money you already have and are putting aside, you can actually use it towards things that'll actually matter, that you can genuinely want, not just things that you need, like doctor's visits. Now, the problem is figuring out what qualifies and how to get reimbursed is very confusing. That's where the wellness pay comes in. You upload a receipt or you connect your card, and it scans eligible purchases for free. If something needs a doctor's note for approval, their team takes care of that as well. It's HIPAA secure, IRS compliant, and most users find hundreds or even thousands in savings from things they already bought. So these accounts, your money's in there. There's billions of dollars sitting in these accounts. Nobody's using them, by the way. And a lot of you have them with your current job. Ask your employer today if you have an HSA or an FSA. Go to wellnesspay.com/ on the screen /RIFT. That's WELNESSPAY.com/RIFT and see how much of your HSA or your FSA money you can reclaim. It's free money sitting on the table. If you could use a few extra $100,000 to get things that you need for your life and for some things that you don't need but you want, like a cold plunge or a sauna. There's ways you can get them right now with your HSA and FSA at wellnesspay.com/RIFT. All right, let's jump into the topic for today. So, things have been getting very, very interesting on the online. I don't know if you've been tracking this conversation, but the right wing is sort of splintering and fracturing, and it's a very, very tricky situation to navigate because everybody that's involved in this, I either have worked with or are friends with, or we have done good work together too throughout the years. Some very highly viewed stuff, and it's always sad. It's very frustrating when you see that we can't. Not only can we not get along, but it feels like the right wing never makes any strides because we always just end up clawing at each other and sort of trying to like rip each other down realistically. And recently, Fuentes posted this. He's a host of America First podcast. If you're not familiar with him, he's a popular guy. And he said, at the peak of my popularity, all of a sudden there is a coordinated smear campaign by the biggest conservatives who wouldn't give me the time of day a few months ago. This is what happens when you start naming names and talking about the Jews, not neocons, the Jews. I want to jump into this. I don't know if you've been tracking this situation, but essentially, Tucker and Candace Owens called Fuentes a gay little fed in his parents' basement, right? And that's what they called him. I thought it was more of just like a I don't know, like not a smear or coordinated attack, but then now it seems like all these people are sort of coming together and sort of trying to discredit him. And it does make you wonder, I mean, is this coordinated? Is this people, trying to align themselves with the Vance campaign in 2028? Are they right? Like, what is your opinion on this? I have my own take on it, but I wanted to see what you think about this accusation. Is it because he's talking about the Jews, there's a coordinated attack against him? Why are they all coming out against him at once?
I can just tell you he blocked me. So I'm blocked by Nick Fuentes.
Why do you block you?
Oh, well.
You don't have to say it if it's private.
I just contacted him privately because there were videos leaking of him talking about Alexander, like he was grooming little boys, and I was asking him whether he was a Fed.
So you were asking him if he was a Fed too?
Yes.
What is your opinion on that?
I don't know. I was asking him because I had some suspicion, and his reply was blocking me. So I don't know. So
do you feel the block was justified?
No.
But you don't actually think he's involved in the pedophile stuff, do you?
I don't know.
I don't think he is.
Him.
I don't.
You don't think he is?
No, I know he's not.
So why would he support Alexander?
That's a really good question. That's actually a really good. I mean, I would chime in here. I've never talked to him directly about Ali Alexander. Does he support Ali? I don't think he does. Right?
You're asking me?
Yeah. You would know.
Well, yeah. Well, by the way, me and Simon talked about a little bit yesterday, but I mean, I think it's interesting how, and I mean, not to throw other people under the bus, but Ali has pictures with a lot of other people, and no one ever says the same thing about them. And me and Simon have talked about this already, as I mentioned, but he has way closer relationships with a lot of other people. They don't get the same scrutiny. The only pictures I've ever seen of Nick and Ali together was Nick, Ali, and Alex Jones during Stop the Steal. I haven't seen anything more than that. I haven't heard anything more than that. I know Nick relatively well. So, I mean, yeah, did he associate with him because of Stop the Steal? Yes, but I mean, at the time, I don't know if it was as public about all the stuff about the pedophile stuff. I'm not sure. I don't know everything about it, but that's kind of my take on it personally. So,
yeah, well, okay. I don't know. I know this is your favorite topic here, but why I want to bring this up is I'm gonna be complete. I don't know everything about everybody, and it's just a really tough situation because I like Candace. I think that she's intelligent. I don't think she's just like some dumb black person like people say her critics say she is. I have no idea if Brigitte Macron is a man, right? So I don't.
Brigitte Macron.
Do you think Brigitte is a man?
Brigitte Macron.
Do you think Brigitte's a man? Allegedly.
I would say 70% no, 30% yes. I don't know, but there are many factors that are like, but I'd rather say no. But of course, people make fun of it, and I think it's funny. The memes are funny, right? But I haven't seen any evidence that shows that she's like a man for 100%.
I don't know, chat. Do you think the ones in the chat? If you think Brigitte's a man, do you think let's talk about the credibility of these people here? I want to talk about this. Candace is making the claim that Brigitte's a man. And
Candace is not a man. I mean,
no, but
I get you. Yeah.
But I'm saying, do you think there's any validity to that? Because
I don't know.
I mean, genuinely, you have to take some controversial stances here. I mean, do you think she's full of shit when it comes to the conversation?
Do I think there's a chance that Brigitte or whatever can be a man? I do think there is a chance she could be a man. Can I say 100% for sure? No, I can't. But regardless, the whole story of her and her husband, how they came together, how she was a school teacher. I mean, there's a lot of dark history going on there that should be brought to light. So there is some questionable bathing suit pictures. I will tell you that. I've seen her posing, and it was a little bit scary. But at the same time, I can't speak in absolute. Could there be a chance? Yes. So I'm like a 50-50.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously she's talking about that. And that would actually matter, right? Obviously it matters if Candace is accurate, because I think the attacks are this, right? The attacks are that he's a federal agent or some sort of a federal op.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
I mean, I've met the guy many times, and I do know people. There are people that I meet that are federal agents, and they're kind of weird, and they don't really let you into their life, and you can tell something's off. Like, you can tell they dig for information, they want to know things about you. It's very, very odd behavior usually, and they don't come across like a normal person. Obviously, there's people that are undercover police or something that can really embed themselves into organizations. To me, it just seems like there's a lot of people who really don't want us talking about the Jews. And now that it's popular to talk about the Jews, it's very popular these days. It seems like that now there's a competition on who's really the one that's allowed to talk about the Jews, and everybody else is a grifter, and it's some hidden agenda. And I just don't even understand. If we all really think that these people are controlling our nation and whatever it is that's out there, if you really believe that, why wouldn't we all work together? Like, what's up with this? Like, that's what I'm trying to understand. This is what I think is weird about it. Why are we fighting? This is what it seems like. It's like Tucker and Candace and Nick. It's like fighting over something, and I don't think Nick started the fight. This fight, basically, I feel like they intentionally attacked him, and then it seems like there was more and more, and then it just was kind of weird because then like Milo was on her show, and then he comes out, and then he says this, and Musk gets involved, and the whole thing just to me seemed like a coordinated attack. But the question is, if they're right or correct, then why don't they produce evidence? And I don't like when people accuse people of things by just saying that there's something, they're gay or they're a Fed or this or that's. Like, do you have evidence? Then produce it, and I'll believe you. Some of Brigitte Macron, she knows how to dig up information. So where's your information that's true?
So I can just tell you. I mean, I was in a group chat with Nick Fuentes in several group chats, and the way he behaved was super odd. So he appeared to be very arrogant about everything. So when I asked him this question, there's this accusation, Alexander, etc. I mean, there were videos out there that showed that he knew he was a groomer, right? He was touching little boys, obviously, and he was still talking to journalists saying he's a friend of him. So I was just asking him, is it true? And he was saying, who are you even, right? He was super arrogant in these group chats, and he blocked me. And I mean, I don't take it personally. I mean, everybody can block me, but I don't take them seriously anymore, because otherwise the normal reaction would be hey guy, hey, hey Simon, I'm Nick, I'm doing this and that, and he wouldn't be offended right away, but he got offended like a liberal. So I didn't block him back. I didn't do this. I just muted him. So I haven't seen any of his statements for a long time until Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson were talking about him. And on the other side, this is weird as well, I have to say. So I think whenever you talk about a person, you should talk about him personally. I would talk to Nick personally, but I can't because I'm blocked. But I like to talk with persons personally. So if I didn't like you, I'd say like, hey, you're such a faggot, you know? I wouldn't say it publicly. I would tell it to your face. I would say, hey, Elijah, you're a faggot, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I said it to you before the show.
Yeah, I really do appreciate it. Sometimes you just need your friends to tell you that to your face. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
No, I know you're not one to shy away, but I thought that's interesting. I mean, look, I think it's weird here. Again, sometimes I just feel like a lot of these people are just doing this just for the sake of views. And one of the reasons why I have a really hard time working in this industry is because like I just won't do things for views. Like I won't do things that I feel like are wrong for views or like intentionally, turn on friends or say negative things because it'll get me clicks. And then it's like, hey, well, this is good drama. To me, this is my real life. This is a real show. I care about this country. I care about these topics. And to me, it's like I feel like this is just a sideshow. And why are like this is what I'm saying. There's got to be a coordinated reason why this is all going on. Because, like you said, you can handle this stuff behind closed doors. Everyone knows each other. You can talk to someone, and if you had evidence that they were a bad actor and that they're working for the federal government, then my whole point is then just why don't you just come out with the evidence and show people? But then you see this. Candace posted this. Second offer to Nick Fuentes if he agrees to sit down and actually debate me with a moderator and time and date of his choosing. I will thereafter set up his dream debate with Charlie Kirk. He told his audience, I'm a illiterate fraud, so this offer should be irresistible. This just makes me think they're just trying to get clicks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know if we're talking about anything anymore. It seems like this is all a charade, and that's what this all feels like to me. It's like, dude, I personally don't care about this. It's stupid. You guys are acting like children. Really, you're acting like children.
The infighting's crazy between them going back and forth. I think ego plays a lot for certain people. I think that, they see Nick growing very much. They thought they shut him down in the past, especially like the government and a lot of the politicians. They all believed because, they closed the bank account. They're like, we're pretty much done with this guy. And now he's coming back and he's gaining more strength because a lot of, what he said came to fruition. It was absolutely true. So I think they're trying right now to try to bring him down as much as possible. We've seen coordinated attacks against him in the past previously. I won't get too much into that, but there was previous attacks on him in the past where everybody kind of came together. And a lot of the people that you see also coming out are these MAGA influencers who want to go ahead and say, oh, he's the worst, he's a Fed, he's this, he's that. And I believe a lot of that's coordinated. What they're doing is the Trump administration is not happy at all. They want us all to just be quiet, sit around, and just agree with whatever Israel wants us to do. May it be with the Jeffrey Epstein files, may it be going to war with Iran. No matter what the scenario is, they want us to be, full steam ahead on Israel's side. So they fear what he's doing. And unfortunately, I am thankful, as I always say, that Trump, freed me. I have a lot of respect in that sense. But, it's becoming a little bit like a cult. We made fun of liberals for years about how liberals just go blindly following anything that was said. And they would be out there protesting it, doing whatever. But, Republicans are doing the same exact thing. They're drinking the same type of Kool-Aid. We're not having any more free thinkers anymore. And that's really what we need. You don't have, just because you're a part of a party doesn't mean you have to agree with it completely. You should be able to have your own views, your own, ideas on things. But they want you to stay in your lane and do whatever they want. So I think they fear Nick, and I do think it's a coordinated attack.
Yeah, but see, what's hard for me is it's like, what's hard is as a content creator, what would be the right move to get views would be, to join the pick on Nick, strategy, because. I don't get too much into the personal life, but these people are in my DMs. They're calling me, they're talking to me, and they want to know things. They want to know things. They know that Nick and I have worked together, like basically wondering why I would still get his back on things. But the thing is that I don't see any evidence. No one has been able to provide me the evidence. When I asked them directly, like, okay, so if he's gay and a Fed, could you please let me know? I'm not going to share it publicly. Even if I had, I wouldn't share it with people because that's whatever. But if someone's a Fed, I would want to expose them.
I mean, like, if
someone's a Fed,
if he's gay, it's his thing.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, like, it's his personal thing.
Yeah, but I was saying,
so nobody should say like, okay, oh, he's gay. Let's talk about this. I mean, like, it's not our issue, right?
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. But I think they're thinking it discredits him because he's Catholic, and so to me, the gay and the Fed thing together is what makes
look at the
seem
Pope.
dumb.
Almost, I think the majority of the popes were gay. I mean, like,
really?
What kind of point? I think so.
I don't know much about Catholicism, to be completely honest.
I'm Catholic.
And the popes were gay?
I don't know. I haven't any sexual relation with any pope.
Yeah. How
But I
many
mean,
popes, how many popes have you been with?
No, exactly.
No record scratch on that.
Sarah Stockton
Cut it
chat.
out. Oh, it's live. Anyway, but I mean, like, celibate. It's like. So I mean, we make jokes in Europe. We say like either a priest is Indian Catholic or gay. So it's like,
Well, let me ask you this: just do Europeans know about Nick Fuentes, or is he more of an American thing?
only American thing. I don't know any.
Yeah, because in
European-
Australia is the same way as well. But some Australians, the Australians far right are like actually neo-Nazis. Like they're like it's a different brand, you know.
I know, yeah.
And they're like white supremacists, and they follow like tall white people basically. And so it's like that's why they like me because I'm tall and white, and they want to flip me to
tall
their
white,
side.
blonde, blue eyes.
But I just got banned from Australia.
I heard about this.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's insane.
Yeah, and so I'm working on that too. I'm not gonna say who, but luckily a couple senators out there are probably gonna get me in on a diplomatic visa or something like that. But it's freaking Albanese and Chris Minns and these guys, right? I'm saying that this is getting serious, but the problem I'm saying is that it sucks because it would be good for viewership or whatever. I could probably go on with Candace or go talk to Tucker about it, my experiences. But I feel like this comes down to a moral thing for me. Maybe it's not for you, but it's like anytime someone says, this is what I'm saying, like, oh, he's what is it? Like, it's like, he's a pedophile and he does this. And it's like, well, why didn't you put another word onto it? If the guy's a pedophile, this is why I don't believe accusations from people. That should be enough. It's just like, hey, he's a pedophile. Don't hang around him. That's all you need to tell me. You don't need to be like, oh, he's a pedophile and he's gay or something. It's like, well, what the hell what does that have to do with it? If you're a straight or a gay pedophile, does that make you better or worse? It's like,
No, it doesn't.
it's like, yeah, the point is, so it's like, oh, he's a gay fed. And it's like, okay, if he's a federal agent, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, meaning who he's having sex with, that's what that is involved in this.
It's not your business.
It's
It's
like,
not your
he turned
business.
me into the
Exactly,
government
yeah.
and then kissed a guy afterward. And it's like, I'm saying it's irrelevant. So
Yeah.
whenever people use personal attacks like that, I always feel like they're coordinated. What I want to know about is this gearing up to protect Vance? Because like, is this gearing up because Vance is going to run, and obviously everyone knows Vance is basically it's like Palantir's puppet. Yeah. So, and obviously Peter Thiel, I don't think Thiel is Jewish himself, right? But he's a Zionist. But Karp is Jewish, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the CEO's Jewish. So I know that their entire organization is about protecting Israel. Like Vance came in as a proxy from the Israeli government intelligence to be picked. And then we gave all the power to the Israeli intelligence once he got in. So it's like, that's true. I'm wondering then if this is to control who, it really is about who gets to talk about the Jews, because they need to control the narrative. And Jonathan Greenblatt, the ADL, said, basically we're going to have to like figure out how to censor people online and get them down. So I wonder, they're just, what's it called? Fed jacketing him, maybe? That's what this seems like? Or Fed jacketing him. But maybe you don't like him. I don't care if you don't like him. People don't like me. But do you think he's a Fed?
Who?
Like Fuentes. You asked him if he was.
I mean, he didn't reply, so he blocked me. So I don't know. He
That's
could
probably
be.
because of the pedophile stuff. I feel like I would block someone.
I didn't
like,
ask him on pedophilia. No. So I.
Oh, this was just about a Fed thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I probably not, but it could be. So a normal reply would be like, no. But actually, if he were a Fed, he would already have a reply.
He would
that
just
you would
wrote
copy
no or
paste.
something. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know, but I don't find him sympathetic. But just like my opinion.
Do you think he's right? Do you think he's right about Israel though?
Probably.
Probably.
I have a German nationality. What can I say? I mean, like I don't want to get arrested and thrown to jail, right? But I mean, like,
it's so funny. It's like they don't control the world, but if you criticize them, you get thrown in jail.
Yeah.
Right?
exactly.
That's the Germans, you guys.
I know.
They did win. They won.
The thing is, what I don't like about him is that it's the Jews. He's like in the camera. It's all Jews. I don't like this because I know Jews who are really on our side, who are really awesome, who are really based, and he's literally saying it's all the Jews. I disagree, right?
Yeah, we have good Jewish people on the show
exactly.
all the time.
I would agree with that. It's
There
not
are
all
many
the
awesome
Jews.
Jews, so you can't generalize them. But he's
Yeah.
doing this on his show.
Does he say all? I don't watch. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I do see his clips though.
Yeah, the clips say it's the Jews.
Would you say that he's correct though in terms of his, like, how like I always say this. It's like, if you go into a black neighborhood, you know not all black people are going to cause you problems.
No, but
you know you'll run into a problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So is it enough to say, I really actually don't know his official. Do you know his official opinion on Jews in Israel? Because I actually, come to think of it, I know he's like critical of the institutional power, but I don't know his official, like, I know from talking to him personally, but I don't know what he says on his show, like to what his what he says.
Well, I know one of the big things that's been getting him pushback from Candace is that, everyone loves Dave Smith now, which, by the way, I was not a huge Dave Smith fan, but I watch Dave Smith content pretty regularly. But, one thing about Dave Smith is that he would never go as far as to, say that it's certain people's Jewishness that is kind of inspiring their decisions based on supporting Zionism or based on supporting Israel. Like, I mean, even though Dave Smith is anti-Zionist, he still kind of supports the same mainstream narratives about historical events. I'll just say that. So even though, and I don't think Nick says that it's all the Jews, but he says that because of their Jewishness, then they obviously have a bit of a bias, and then also it doesn't help much that most Jews, once they're raised in a very insular society where they're specifically instructed to look out for one another, and that everyone's after them. So, I don't think that anyone ever makes these like sweeping generalizations. I kind of hate when people even bring this up. And actually, I talked about it with Simon yesterday too. Like, kind of like how your example with the black people is that on average, a lot of black people are violent. They commit the majority of the violent crime. Is it all of them? Is it every single last one of them on Earth in America? No, of course not. And I don't think that Nick would say the same. But I do think that he probably believes that because of their Jewishness, they are prone to supporting Israel or supporting Zionism or both. That's kind of my assessment of it, at least.
Yeah, and by the way, I just want to remind you guys as we talk about that, I want to play some things from Charlie, because this is where it gets hard. It's like
Charlie?
Charlie Kirk.
Oh my
I
gosh.
get the calls,
Okay.
right? Because people know that I'm still a mainstream person. Like, I'm not on some obscure website and whatever. I talk to these people, and it's really hard for me to like get on these trains where it's like, I don't really even like attacking Charlie Kirk because, he's been good to me as a friend. He's always been, he's given me a lot of money over the years, right, to speak at his events. He's platformed me many times. I've done great work with him. And so it's like, yeah, we vehemently disagree on Zionism, but like you said, where it's like, I'm not gonna like shit on him because he is a good person. I think he believes in his views on Israel because of his evangelical Christianity. So he's not doing this to be dastardly and evil. That's why I think you gotta look at things accurately too. Like, most Christians, like when people say Jews too, it's like, actually most support for Israel in the United States is not from Jewish people, it's from evangelical Christians.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly.
So, like, if you actually want to talk about like getting rid of Israeli control, you have to deal with the problem of false doctrine in these churches that have this weird, it's that where the Orthodox and the Catholics split. You've got to deal with that, or you're not going to get ahead. So no, that's what we talk about that on the show. A lot of people refuse to really talk about that because they don't want to piss off the Christians, because that's not how you make money. It's why, it's a grift to some people. It's like they don't want to do that. But I wanted to first remind you guys that Charlie was asked if he would debate Nick, right? I think they deleted this episode.
Yeah, they did. They did.
They
They
deleted this.
They deleted it right away.
Which I don't. This is, Charlie. Let me be your PR guy. Gotta help you with this stuff. This doesn't, like, if you have something you don't want on the internet, it's called the Streisand effect. Don't delete it. Just tweet through it. Tweet through it, my guy. He got asked. Watch this.
Thank you so much for being a member.
See
What's
Cartman
on your
back
mind?
there? Yeah, he does.
Hi, Charlie. As a TPUSA chapter founder and president, I've seen firsthand how the tide is turning among young conservatives. I say, if you truly believe in open debate in the marketplace of ideas, will you ever be willing to debate Nick Fuentes, or will you wait until his movement forces you to adopt his talking points, as we've seen already?
It's funny.
It's kinda funny.
I personally do not give a platform to bad faith actors. And I had a whole open about this. And by the way, a really important thing is not to lie and to not bear false testimony. It's fine. I'll answer your question. You said, I want to have a question about Turning Point events. And you obviously lied about your question. Doesn't surprise me because you have deceit. But you know what? Honestly, I'm asked that question all the time. I don't platform trolls, and I don't platform and I don't discuss people or I don't debate with people that are not good faith actors. And
You debate Maoists and people who champion.
they can keep on yelling at how successful we are and our big events and well over 1,000 employees.
That's crazy.
But there's a lot of jealousy out there. We
yeah.
build,
Yeah,
they
of course,
complain.
of course.
We succeed, we win.
Like, this is my point. Charlie. Can't we all exist in this? Like, can't we all exist? Maybe it's just because I'm not that famous or whatever that like I don't feel like I'm in competition. I've never felt like I'm in competition with anyone. In fact, that's why it's even like, well, why are you starting Rift? It's like because I have a long-term goal. So like, I'm not even producing this right now for like high viewership and stuff. We're building something sustainable, long-term. This show's, is live every night. We have new episodes and stuff coming out at 7 p.m. We're here. It's brand new, and we're just going to keep chugging along and bringing the truth and talk about this stuff. But I look at this and it's like, Charlie, you could just say, you know what? I don't want to debate him. I feel like he's been rude to me and my family, and I feel like he brings on, like, which is what he really thinks, by the way. It's like he brings in a swarm of people into the chats, and I don't want my audience to deal with that. So, quite frankly, I'm just not going to bother with that. It's never going to happen. So you guys can stop asking about it or something. But I'll debate someone with the same ideas. If there's someone out there that believes the same thing, I'm willing. They have a good audience. I'm willing to talk to them. I'm not afraid of the ideas. Just I don't want to associate with everyone.
But he's saying
Why can't
that,
you just
like,
say that?
yeah, he's saying like, okay, I'm not gonna debate anyone who is not acting in good faith. But when you see Charlie Kirk talking to this college freshman, right? Someone's asking like, what do you think about US Enterprise? US Enterprise, but I think it was like Star Wars or something. US Liberty, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Israel has nothing to do with this. I'm like, okay, who's acting in good faith and who isn't?
Yeah, that was pretty
Obviously.
bad. I'll be completely honest, Charlie. Again, PR. I need to be there. I should become Turning Point's brand rep now because, yeah, that's a bad answer.
Yeah. By the way, take this for what it's worth. I mean, this is complete unsourced, but Harrison just tweeted this before the show.
From Infowars, right?
Yeah, he said I'm not going to name names, but I was told by someone close to Charlie Kirk that Charlie thinks Israel will kill him if he turns against them. Which I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, it's not.
It's happened before, so I mean, who knows? But I thought that was interesting. That was right before the show. So.
Okay, that could be a joke, but also,
Maybe,
also, to be fair though, I do talk to people, and people are afraid of what Israel. I won't go to Israel because I think they'll kill me too. I won't go. I'm just no. You know what I mean? They keep trying to make me go.
You mean you won't go to Palestine, right?
Yeah, well, it's a modern, dude. It's a modern country. I mean, we know it's like, isn't it recognized by the UN? I think it's recognized.
It
by the
is.
UN.
That's
Yeah.
why.
So I mean, I guess we'll just. I don't really look to the UN for why I recognize countries, but I mean, like, whether I like it or not, Israel did conquer the entire Middle East using our army. So, like, hey, small hats off to you guys. You know what I mean? They did. Like, and people don't like Israel. But it's like, let's be honest here. That's crazy shit they pulled off through our country. They just
Time
bought
and
out
time
our
again.
politicians.
And then they use the same playbook when it comes to war. I mean, the same comments that you hear about, 9/11, they're trying to use now in Iran. Oh, we got to stop them. We have to head over there and stop, them from having nuclear weapons, which Netanyahu's been saying for the past 20 years. But they've always convinced us to go ahead and fight their endless wars just to help them take over more land or get, more in power in the banking system.
Exactly. While their citizens are dancing in
Correct.
Manhattan, right?
Yes. And on top of
was it Brooklyn?
The moving truck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all I was gonna say real fast. Don't forget to get to check out Man's Edge. I don't know if we have it. Oh, we do. Don't forget, guys. We are still partnering with Neutronics Labs. You've got to check out this Man's Edge because this is a testosterone supporting supplement. Now, the reason why this is really good and why you should take this is because there's basically only a few ways that you can get your testosterone up other than lifestyle changes with supplementation. And one of those ways is by using fenugreek, NO2, IGF, and other growth factors. But the problem is that unless you're injecting this stuff, it usually gets destroyed in your gut, in your digestive system, right? You have all the stomach acid. You don't get a lot of absorption oftentimes in your intestines. So what do you do about it? Well, right now my friends have created this product that is a liquid that is taking these ingredients that are clinically proven to raise your testosterone, and they are now in a carbon delivery system, a patented delivery system by Americans for Americans that is sublingually dropped under your tongue, and you do see results. What are the results that can happen when your testosterone goes up? Well, you can see your grip strength grow up. You can see your aggression go up, not like bad aggression, but just like your ability to want to fight and to do what's right. You can see your sexual health increase, and and it's really, really good, because if you're an older adult or a male, and this is what's happening in your life, and you're not getting you're not basically not seeing your health go in the right direction, consider supplementing right now. Buy one, get one 50% off, or buy one, get one free now at ElijahIGF1.com, promo code Elijah. That's ELIJAH, IGF, the number 1.com, promo code Elijah. Get 2 for the price of 1 plus 10% off, I believe now. So that's basically at cost when you click auto ship at checkout. All right, coming back into this, I did think that was very interesting on that with
Speaking of which, sorry to cut you off. I think Charlie Kirk's worries are valid, because Simon has been on the show for 40 minutes now, and he's already been disappeared. So don't end up like Simon.
That's crazy.
Gone already.
He's already gone.
Yeah.
So kind of talking about this a little bit. It is interesting because, let me see. I know that I'm going to avoid some of these videos and clips where people are attacking each other, because I just don't support it. I honestly don't. I don't support Candace and Tucker's attacks on Fuentes, but I understand why they did. I understand that they don't like him, and that makes sense. If you don't like someone, you might attack them. I just think it's, calling someone a gay fed without providing evidence is like kind of stupid. I think it discredits you as a person, but I think Tucker's doing great work. And that's what's hard, is I think the interviews he's doing, I think he's really moving the Overton window. And I think Candace is doing great work. My wife loves what she's doing. So I don't think she's doing anything bad in her personal life. But also, with Sam and Nick, roasting Candace and stuff, I mean, that was pretty brutal. I saw that as well. I think all this, like, attacking people's appearances and all stuff, I feel like it just cheapens all of our arguments. Maybe it's the boring take, but I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to attack
anyone. We're wasting time with all this infighting. I mean, we're finally getting the truth out there. More people are talking about what's going on, how our government's controlled, how we're being used as a puppet. So we're finally seeing, an explosion of people, waking up to what's really happening. And then all this infighting is not going to get us anywhere. It's just slowing down the progression, and it's just causing trouble for no reason.
Yeah. And just so you know, we just basically did an ad, and then he's back. So,
he's
ladies
back
and gentlemen,
already.
He's back. That's crazy. Welcome back, man.
Thanks.
So, but I did want to talk.
50 shekels, and he was freed.
Well, I wanted to talk about something
shekels.
here.
Oh,
I did want to talk about the Greater Israel Project that's going on. So, shortly after October 7th, 2023, I had posted this picture online to maybe 20 or 30 million views, of which I was called the worst things in the world. People threatened to kill my family. People tagged Mossad to assassinate me. And many of my friends had abandoned me and cut me off and unfollowed me, including everyone that worked at Breitbart. Because I said that, this was not about the hostages. They were going to start a war, and eventually they were going to get us to bomb Iran.
Didn't Netanyahu just talk about this 2 days ago?
Yeah, I go, this is not about hostages. They allowed this to happen, just like 9/11. And I was just telling people, this is they have this project going on. I'm not the first person to talk about it. My point is I feel very vindicated today, particularly because I told everyone this is what they were doing. You can go read Buchanan, guys. Go read Perot. Go out there and read people's. They've been planning this for a long time, and it's to take back the region. They don't want their little sliver of land. Okay, so when they say they want the hostages, and then they're suddenly like, well, we're going to occupy Gaza, and we'll take back the West Bank too and stuff. It's like, you're like, what? Huh? But they told us that. That's not what they told us they were going to do. Yeah, because you're stupid, you're retarded, and you believe bullshit. That's your problem. And if you would listen to shows like this, where we have honest guests on who are telling the truth, a lot of people in this country have a worldview, and then they do confirmation bias. They're trying to make what they think is or how the world works, reconfirm it by adding to that knowledge. I assume I don't know anything. In fact, I literally have been trying so hard recently in the last 6 months. We were tried many times that we just wanted to stop talking about Israel and Jewish people because I was tired of it. And then it's like, I'm like, I gotta be wrong on this because this is like so bad for my career. It's caused me nothing but financial headaches. It's caused me nothing but problems in this industry. This is a Jewish industry, right? This is a Jewish industry. It's particularly right-wing politics and media. It's like, this is not a good worldview to hold if I want to be successful. And I just study and study and study and study, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And it's gotten worse because there's things I didn't even know that I'm like trying to prove myself wrong. And then I'm like, damn it. And one of these things is the fact that the Greater Israel Project, Netanyahu just brought this up. Prime Minister Netanyahu said he feels he has an historic and spiritual mission attached to the vision of Greater Israel, which encompasses territories designed for a future Palestinian state, as well as parts of present-day Jordan and Egypt. Ladies and gentlemen, the real president of the United States.
That's him, yeah.
Yeah. Trump doesn't have any authority in this country.
I mean, he's pulling his chair.
I was about to say he pulls the chair out.
Yeah, and he said he's the best leader. He's the greatest leader in the entire world.
Terrible. Terrible.
He got his chair. That dude, didn't we all saw that? We're like,
Symbolism.
That is so
I think he did it
disrespectful.
twice, too.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't just
Each time
once.
he comes, he has to get his chair for him.
And did you hear about that Netanyahu is always bringing his like soiled clothes
Yes,
to the White
that's
House?
true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, he brings bags and bags of dirty laundry,
Soiled
so that they
clothes.
have to clean
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So that he makes them like because we're his bitch.
It's symbolic.
I hate it. Everything stops. Congress pauses. Everything stops, and he's the only foreign leader who gets standing ovations as well.
It's the only time the Democrats and Republicans can agree with each
Yeah,
other.
it's the only time
Yeah.
they both stand to cheer. It's like,
Yep.
it's like, hey, does anybody notice this is not normal? That's
Yep.
and everyone's like, hey, you're saying a small country in the Middle East can control this country? Yeah, dude, this has been going on way before 1948, my friend. Okay, this is
And
not
they even make Elon Musk, joining and setting ovations. And like, did you see
he
the
had
video?
to go to Auschwitz.
Yeah, I know, but did you see the video when they asked him like who invited him to Congress, and he's like, oh, I don't know, Netanyahu, like this. He was like super shy. Musk. There's the video out there.
Really?
You should look it up.
I didn't know that.
They were like asking him who invited you, and he was like sitting Netanyahu, but like in the most shyest way I've ever seen. So maybe Mike, you can look it up. It's like an insane video.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
I mean, he had to go to Auschwitz after he criticized ADL.
I remember
mean,
he criticized the ADL, and then Ben Shapiro had to take him to Auschwitz.
Yes.
This is why they all work together. That was humiliation ritual in itself.
It was. But this video of him being in Congress and asking like who invited you, you just have to watch it once and you know what's going on.
Did you find it?
I'm looking for it right now.
That whole him
what?
going to Auschwitz was
Yeah.
right after the whole ADL thing when they were trying to expose the ADL more and more. I remember, and then they ended up bringing him on.
Like he was like fuck the ADL, and like
Yes.
the next day, literally, he was on the plane to Auschwitz.
So,
Ben
yeah.
Shapiro.
So it looks like he was there. He was there as Netanyahu's guest. I don't know if you're bringing it up too.
Yes.
Elijah.
Yeah, I got it here.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Well, hold on, because I have it. I lost my. Hold on. Oh, sorry, I lost my screen. But anyway, wait. Who has it so I can bring it up on their?
I have it
screen?
on mine.
Guest
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Well, by the way, while he's
Okay,
saying
that's
this,
fine.
there are 16 influencers that are many of which are our colleagues that were just paid to go to Israel right now. Just so you know,
Yeah.
right? That's crazy too, dude. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth, guys.
Yeah, they get invited to
My
Israel.
friends are
they
we're
get
paid. We're
invited to
paid.
dinners.
We're
We had
we're
other
paid.
people do that.
No, when I was at plays and stuff, trust me, guys. To this day, and I like her a lot. Shia Rashik, she's really tried to get me to go to Israel. To this day, they try to get me to take these trips, and they'll pay for it, and they'll give you money. And several companies I work with were started in Tel Aviv, and they're like, hey, we'll give you these grants and we'll give you this money, and it's a really not a bad career move. Not a bad career move to support Israel. You just have to be intentionally retarded and sell your soul to
Would
the
you
devil.
kiss the wall for 1
Yeah,
million?
exactly. No, I'm not going to
10
do
million.
it. They've tried. To this day, they basically like, we can make your life better if you would just cut that out. You know what I mean? And I had that.
10 million. Would you kiss the wall?
No, I'm not.
6 million.
I think it's. I think there's a moment where you sell your soul.
Oh my lord. Okay.
I think there's a
I'm
moment
gonna
where you
get
sell your
arrested.
soul, and I don't. I already struggle with living like an up like I struggle with my own issues. Right? I don't like to talk so much about my personal life on my shows, but it's like I have my own issues, but I know that I know God can save me, and I know that He saved me from myself, and I appreciate that. But I do believe that there's a point where you partner with the devil and you sell your soul. And my friends that have taken this dirty money, to me, that's how you sell your soul. Because you say that the price of my morality, the price of my honesty it has a price. And they say everybody has a price. And it would break my heart if somebody offered me, if they didn't offer me $30 million. But I have had people be like, literally sitting down with donors even for here and being like, literally, if you guys don't criticize Israel and like tone that down, I would be willing to give you money.
So if I gave
okay.
you like a box of money here with $271,000, you wouldn't accept it?
Is it a wooden box? Then
Yes.
gas probably
It's a
wouldn't.
wooden box,
Gas
yeah.
probably wouldn't. It wouldn't be a good place.
I know what you're
to
talking
chamber
about.
gas.
I
right?
don't know what you're talking about. No.
No, I wouldn't do that myself. He's a German citizen. Hey, he's like, hey, sorry, he's every country.
He's already had
every
a
country.
hard time coming here. He doesn't need one going back.
I had a hard time coming here, and we're
Yeah,
going to talk.
can
We're
you
going to
talk
talk about
about
this
that?
Can we mention it briefly? Because
briefly. Let's talk about
because
maybe
we're-
tomorrow on the 101.
Yeah, we're sitting down in the one-on-one,
Okay.
and we'll talk about it. But it looks like a certain Zionist senator from.
Isn't he a congressman?
He's a senator.
He's a senator even.
Yeah, I think so. Right? Isn't there any
Whoa.
senator?
I
Is
thought
he?
he was a congressman.
Is he just? Is he just
I
a
think
house?
Yeah, he's just a house. Just a house.
Yeah, he's a representative.
Oh,
yeah,
dang.
he's in Congress.
I thought he was a state senator though before, wasn't he? No, or
imagine,
no.
Imagine. Wow.
He was actually for. Wait, well, hold on. So it says a previous office. Yeah, Florida state senator.
Okay, yeah, that's why I'm
so-
confused because he was our senator and now he's now he's a representative.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I could pull up a picture.
that was
of
my
him
mistake.
So people know who he is.
Yeah, can you bring up a picture?
Yeah, if he can pull up my screen.
Oh,
if you can guess how many pounds, I mean, like we do kilos, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
what is a pound? What's a kilometer? I mean, like
yeah, but a kilo is like 2.2 pounds. So but,
it is.
Yeah, yeah.
2.2.
Yeah.
Are you guest two?
I am guest one.
You're guest one. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
I think.
I was just trying to help
I'm
people
like-
understand who he was, so I just pulled up his photo.
I'll get it in a second.
I think okay. Well, I can bring this up. You can bring that up. I'll put up this thing. It is.
Want me to highlight it?
Does anybody follow APAC Tracker? By the way.
Oh yeah, they're lefties, but they're the best.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
this is where we unite, right? I mean, look, I always tell people this. It's not the horseshoe theory. One thing I like about radical leftists is that they actually have diagnosed the problems correctly. Israel controls our government. We have a broken financial system that is really rewarding the wrong kinds of people, and we are spending too much money on wars that we are not building infrastructure and stuff. And I'm not a lefty, but like those are just because you're left wing politics does not mean that you didn't diagnose the problems correctly. It means your solutions are wrong. So but I'm willing to unite with the left on this issue. Okay, I will.
Just
lefty,
on that one.
Just on this
Exception.
issue,
Exactly.
I will unite with you just so James Lindsay can have another wet dream tonight. You know what I mean? So we can clip this stuff out and wank one off to me saying that I'm going to work with the lefties, you know? But believe it or not, I'd rather work with the left than to work with Israel. Because that's anti-American. And Randy Fine, look at this real fast. Randy Fine, these people notice. I told Larry, wait, go back to that.
Go to the highlighted one I have.
That's really him.
No.
That's a guy.
That's an edited one.
Let's
You gotta
guess.
see
Let's
the
guess
other one.
two. Oh yeah. Wow.
The highlighted one. You
Which
should
one?
check
Wow.
out. It's highlighted on there.
Okay.
That's actually the real picture. Of
That's a
Randy.
real
I don't
picture.
see it.
And he's
there you
telling
go.
us. He's like, oh, that's a fake picture. Isn't a fake picture. by
Yeah,
the way.
here's the real.
This is the real one.
Yeah, this is a real one.
There
Yeah.
you go.
No, Randy Fine doesn't like us, and people don't realize when I talk about the government. Listen, I'm going to get honest with you guys. You know, one of these Randy Fine people from JD Vance's office also recently tried to cause problems for me as well because these people do notice because when you're talking about these people, you're the political media. They notice when you're talking poorly about them, and they do notice, and they keep track, and their teams track the negativity, and they will complicate your life. Randy Fine is one of the people who apparently really, really doesn't like someone in this room, and also apparently doesn't like all of us in this
I
room.
mean, he doesn't like you as well, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
obviously.
Yeah,
I mean,
but he's a
obviously.
bitch and he sold his soul to the devil. Like he literally celebrated. He laughs at kids dead.
Yeah, I have
He
an
laughs
open
at
here.
dying kids. He's like, I love it.
Guess
have
that
two,
too.
by
You're
the
sick.
way. Just so guess two. It's like it's really insane. Like what he put. Like someone says
Do you
like
have it up?
supporting killing innocent people and babies and smearing voices that fight against genocide for some epic money says a lot about your character. You should be ashamed of yourself. How do you sleep at night? And he replied, quite well actually. Thanks for the pic. It was a pic of a dead
The
baby.
dead kid right there. Yeah, you might have
It's
to take
like-
the pick off because we'll get
you
in
got
trouble.
it there.
No, we'll get in trouble for that pick. You could take.
Okay.
That's,
Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it
No,
down.
no. The pick itself. YouTube has created this. Yeah, well, they've created this way to censor anti-Israel stuff by like they don't let you show the images
That's why I say
of
shut
Gaza.
it
Yeah.
down. Shut it down.
No, I know. But it's like
Yeah.
actually true, and it's
Yeah.
really, really unfortunate. But they don't let you show. But you can show dead Russians, which is crazy.
You can.
Yes.
And
you
dead
can actually
Ukrainians?
show gore, but not Ukrainians. No,
Oh,
but
wow.
you're allowed. It's still against their guidelines. You're actually allowed to show videos of Russian soldiers being killed, but not Ukrainians. Look at their policy. It's crazy.
And it's actually 10 versus 1. Like 10 Ukrainians killed is like 1 Russian killed.
Yeah.
So
Ukraine's not doing well.
No, I know. They're not
And it
doing
makes
well.
me sad because it's a Christian nation and it's a white nation. And you guys even consider
They
them white?
shouldn't kill themselves. Yes.
Yeah,
Or like each
it's a
other.
brother
Like,
war.
yeah, I know. It's a shame.
It's like the same people.
And who started it? Who started it?
The United States.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And NATO. Let's put NATO.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
like, it's just
NATO
like,
is the
you know,
United States.
Yeah. It was used to be more than now. I mean, like
Yeah,
now
but-
it's more Europe.
But we have to have an honest conversation as well. Like it's not. This is someone actually asked me this. Why don't you talk about Ukraine? It's like actually we do talk about Ukraine, and we have the same stance. It's a universal stance. However, Ukraine, while I'm against the war, and it's crazy because their president is also a Netanyahu. You know, like that's great. Mexico and Ukraine, the three countries that the United States has problems with cartels and funding, all of their presidents are Netanyahus. Isn't that crazy? Like. Like imagine
So
if like
they're all-
Mike
they're-
was the president of Ukraine, you'd be like, what the hell, dude? That doesn't make any sense. Like, that doesn't make any
I
sense.
know. I've been to Mexico too, and they're very upset with the president. A
I
lot of
know.
the people I talk to, and they say it makes no sense.
She
how
killed
got in
everybody.
office.
You saw that.
There was a lot
She
of people
killed
that
everybody.
were killed. Yeah.
They,
yeah.
all her
Wiped everybody out.
competition were
But
murdered.
why do you leave out Argentina?
Yeah,
Oh.
him as well.
Just saying. I mean, like
Yeah.
you know, Netanyahu's
He's a
real
Netanyahu.
name, Milejkovsky.
You know, we don't really talk about Milei a lot at all on the show.
But like Netanyahu's real name is Milejkovsky. He changed his name to Netanyahu to sound more Hebrew.
But I
Really?
heard almost
And
all
you know,
their-
Milejkovsky, Milei, you know, you get it.
Milei in Argentina, but I know Milei down there. He's
They're-
owned by them too.
They're the same family.
Really?
They're related.
Oh my
Milejkovsky,
gosh.
Milei, they're related. just saying. You look it up. I mean, like, could be conspiracy theory. Like, I mean,
I like a good conspiracy.
Look it up.
Well,
they're related.
all I was going to say about this is like we have the same stance in the Ukraine war, but Ukrainians typically are not coming in and like themselves are not really doing anything negative to our society besides sending their hot women here.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
So one thing Ukrainians and Jews did do well is that they've produced some pretty good looking women sometimes. But however,
What?
some Israeli girls are attractive.
Like who?
You never like seen the account IDF babes?
But they're not.
Oh, Joey
they're-
sends it in the
I mean,
chat
like,
all the time. You need
I
to
said
join our
Israel. Well,
chat.
what? The Israeli? They're not. You're gonna say
They're like literally imported.
it's like they're Europeans, huh?
Yes,
It's like a Polish girl, and you're like, damn.
exactly. You want to
Joey's gonna be
1,000
so sad.
shekels?
He's
You
gonna
want to
be
be an
upset.
IDF girl? You know, it's like this most likely.
The real one's like the Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend. Like that's a
Dude,
Exactly.
you know that they got caught, that program that they send all the hot chicks and whatever built guys to be at the airports and the tourist places so that you think their military is like a bunch of strong
That's-
people, and then like
that's the
and
video
then-
I saw,
Yeah,
exactly,
attractive,
yeah.
and then like, but if you look, they're actually losing a lot of soldiers in Gaza. It's illegal to report on how many soldiers were killed, but I'm actually shocked. This is why they carpet bomb. Their military is not very good, so they rely on bombs and air superiority from the United States because their ground soldiers are not well trained. It's mandatory service, so a lot of people don't want to serve. But like there's a few accounts that I follow on TikTok that it's a girl, then she goes to her brother's grave, and there was like thousands of brand new graves, like at the military gravesite,
like
And-
Ukraine, literally.
yeah, there's thousands of them are being killed. Like Hamas is not some Hamas knows how to street fight. So instead of fighting, because they're not well trained to fight Hamas, from what I've seen, they have some very elite forces. Israel does, like the SEALs and whatnot. I've looked into it. So they have some but those are just American forces basically. If they need anything real done, they have the United States do it because they don't actually have a lot of military capabilities. They did have the 7-day war. I will tell you this: they did they did successfully basically defend. And there's this propaganda we're taught too that they fought off all the Middle Eastern countries and won. That was also with help from the United States too. I don't know if people realize that. Like the United States has been fighting their wars. If we was it Reagan that ended up giving who was it? It was Nixon, right? That he ended up giving them the aid during that war. And if we withheld it, Israel would have been destroyed. But the United States intervened. Was that Nixon?
I think you're talking about the airlift during the Yom Kippur War, which was the biggest airlift that they've ever provided ever. And then if not for that, then they would have lost.
Yeah, they would have lost.
Yeah,
So it's like, Israel's so strong. They fought all.
1973.
They fought off all the things. Like no, the United States won that war. Just like we've won all
2.2
the other
billion
wars.
emergency military aid was sent over to Israel during that time.
Yeah, and we're taught in school like some weird propaganda about the country. They're so strong and stuff. It's like actually they're not very strong. And they rely on the United States to this day for their military aid.
Also,
$10 million a day. You know, we send them $10 million a day to
Well,
buy.
they're strong with power. They control our
Yeah.
banking systems. They control our
It's
politicians.
easy. Yeah, they literally control our Federal Reserve.
yeah,
so it's technically their money.
Yeah.
Also, 2.2 billion in 1973. I don't know what that is adjusted for inflation, but that
Let me see.
is
All
It's
right.
probably
probably
300% to 400%. Something like this.
insane. Yeah.
Let me see. In 1973, adjusted. Let's see.
Yeah, hold on. I might get in a second here. 1973 for today. Oh, wait.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah, I can't even do it.
That was a long time ago. I was minus 12. And how were you, Elijah?
What, in 1973?
Yeah.
I was born in 1993, sir.
So you're minus 20.
Minus 20.
Yeah.
I mean, even your dad probably wasn't even born.
No, he was born in 63, I think.
Okay. So he was 10.
So he was a kid.
So I think this is correct. It's the wait. Actually, no, it's not. Sorry, I don't know. I think I can't even calculate that number because all these inflation. Okay, so it would be 1.6 trillion, I guess. that can be
doesn't make
15.6 billion.
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, that makes sense. I was about to say, I'm like, wait, hold on, that doesn't sound right.
Let's say, did you learn economics at a liberal university?
Yeah,
yeah, I just
Yeah.
pulled it up. It's 15.6.
amazing.
But yeah. Well, that's what they do. They
lots of money.
we give them all the money hand over fist. We're always taking care of their battles, and they've tricked the American people for so many years because we just went to mainstream media to get our information, and what they're seeing now is people like Nick, people like Candace, and all these others coming out on X, and people are starting to see the truth even more. And that's what they really fear, and that's why you're going to have these anti-Semitic laws start to come into play. I mean, it's definitely going to be in the future where they're going to be prosecuting people like us for
But why
talking about it.
anti-Semitic? Who are Semitic?
I get what
know,
you're saying. There's other
who are
people within-
Semites?
Yeah, correct.
who are the Semites there?
Yeah,
In Palestine. Who are the Semites? Oh, like in Israel, sorry.
You're
Yeah, the
saying 'cause
Palestinians.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're the Semites. The other ones are, by bloodline, they're European.
Eastern European.
Eastern European,
I
yeah.
think they're 60% Eastern European.
Yeah, but the Semites, the
real
ones that
Semites.
come, the ones that the Abrahamic children are the Palestinians.
But do you know what they
but
always
they're
say?
also from Hagar, though, right? So
Yeah.
they technically don't.
Yeah, but you know what they always say? Like, okay, but they're Muslims. And then you have to go back to history and say, like, why are they Muslims? Because they're converted at some point. They were Jewish or whatever in the past.
They were Christian,
The Semites-
I heard, too,
Christians,
before. Yeah.
Jews, etc. And you're like, just like Islam was taking over. I mean, like, we know it was a spreading religion back in the times, and it was like, and anyways, these people are the people who are living there for thousands of years. I know they're saying, oh, you have the wrong religion. So, we are Polish Hungarian. It's our land, We're Khazarians, We are Jewish, so it's our land. Our God promised it to us 3,000 years ago, so you have to leave. We can shoot you without any consequences. So this is what we're facing now. These people were living there for thousands of years. They're just losing the land because they have the wrong religion. Like wrong, as in wrong. And if you then look into Islam, like Muslims love Jesus. And if you talk to MAGA, they say like, oh, look, all the Muslims, blah, blah, blah. But they love Jesus. For them, Jesus is literally a prophet who will come back and save the world. Do you know what Jews think about Jesus? I mean, like, I cannot say it because I would end up in
I
jail.
have friends that have told me.
That's what
"Oh,
I'm
brother,
asking you.
That tell me, here's what we believe. And I go, damn, that's pretty rough, man. You do realize that's like our God of our country. Like, it's God of the world, too, but like, we're a Christian nation. Like, that's, you speak about our Jesus like.
So what do
I
they
speak
believe?
about
Come on,
Hindu.
say it.
Yeah, they believe that Jesus is
Blood
in
burning
Hades
in
or
hell.
Gehenna. I
Yeah,
forget which
burning.
one it is. Hades, Gehenna.
Excrement.
Yeah, burning in manure, like an actual shit,
And what
hot
else?
Shit.
And
I
what
believe
else?
His wife, his mom. was a
Manure and
whore.
what?
And what? I don't know.
Cum. Yeah, they put cum too.
Oh, they left that part out when they told me. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
like,
they say
well,
excrement and cum, and then they come and
That's
they say,
crazy.
"And Jesus wants you to help protect us." Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy the way that they do that.
yeah. Then everyone's like, oh, but they protect Christians, dude. It's tourism. So they have a tourist industry. It's one of their main
They
revenues.
spit on you.
Yeah, it's like it's tourism. It's a zone. It's a tourist zone.
It's an ancient tradition, by the way. That's why we should accept it. That's what Mr. Cut says.
Dude, do you know who was going crazy about this? Do you guys know that guy named Greg Locke, Pastor Greg Locke?
What's his
I don't
religion?
know.
What's his?
He's evangelical, and
Okay.
he's like, and I like evangelicals, but most of my audience is evangelical. I think most of you guys are evangelical. And so I'm not against evangelical Christianity. I think that it was I think that it's almost towards the end of like watering down the faith from what it was meant to be in the church. And I don't consider myself evangelical. I don't agree with it. I'm not like the most religious person right now in my life, but I do know that Christianity's true, and I know that I know Jesus is real, and I just don't quite understand how to like submit my life to Christ, right? Like, so I'm not like these people that just like, yeah, I'm a Christian, I'm in this and that. Like, I'm not a fad Christian like a lot of these young people are like real Catholic, and it's like, dude, you haven't even gone through life. Wait till life kicks you in the ass and see if you're really that Catholic, you know. And hopefully you are, but also you're allowed to have problems, you're allowed to have issues. But the evangelical stuff is crazy to me because, like, all they talk about, Joel Berry and all these people, like, they're like Christians. So I don't care if they talk about Israel. We talk about it too. But like, they're Christians, but they rarely ever write anything about like Jesus Christ and his church. And it's all just about Israel. Like they like it's his chosen people. And this, like, bro, go
they
marry
say
them.
it's God's
go
chosen
date them.
people.
Yeah, but go date them. You don't think, dude, I don't even claim to be that much of a great Christian person or anything like that, because I have my own struggles, and I'm not gonna be a hypocrite, you know? And but I'm gonna go out here and say, dude, even I know, my guy, even I know that there's no point to be a Christian if you don't think that you're the chosen of God. Like, if you don't think that God chose his son, and that's why he calls us the body of Christ, that like you're a part of the body of Christ, that's his son, and he's who's chosen, and through his death and resurrection, the promise was given to those who believe on him. And even Paul's like, yo, those people are the synagogue of Satan. And then like Martin Luther, the guy who literally is credited for starting evangelical Christianity, he didn't really, he started, Lutheranism or Protestantism, but it's like, even he's like, dude, hey, the Jews are evil, and they're trying to destroy the church, and they're infiltrating the papacy, and they're evil. We gotta basically start Protestantism because the Jews have destroyed Catholicism. And it's like, and then like today, it's like, yeah, well, I'm not a Catholic, I'm a Christian. It's like, okay, Catholics are Christians, dude. Thank the Catholics for preserving basically everything. And also, the Catholics and Orthodox are more aligned with God's church than this weird worship. And
what you're just saying, Martin, we call him Martin Luther, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
he's from your town.
He's from not from my town. He's like from I think Thüringen. Anyway, I mean, like, he was literally writing this book. What do you know what it's called?
Yeah, I think the English translation is like on the Jews and their lies, or
exactly.
I don't know the exact translation.
Yeah, exactly. That's the exact translation.
No, but I just look at these people. It's like,
but I mean, like, he was writing this
that?
book, and all the Protestantism is based on him, literally, and they are the one cocking Israel, like because of the Scofield Bible. You can correct me. So the Scofield actually tells them, like, Israel is a God's chosen people. I mean, like, Israel didn't exist back then. Let's start with this first of all.
Yeah, that's the Oxford. The Cruz was explaining to us that part, like the connection, right?
Who? Which Cruz? Not Ted, not the Ted one, right?
No, Jack Cruz.
Jack
I was a lot.
No, Jack Cruz was talking to us because he was saying that, like, yeah, the thing is like a lot of this is related to the crown. Obviously, it was a British colony, right? Palestine, anyways. Yeah. And the idea is like, why do you think the Scofield Bible comes from like Oxford? Like it's been a plan to undermine Christianity in the United States, and that's why it's dispensationalism is almost identical. Only here in this country, but then we're the ones who are sending missionaries everywhere. So we're stamping our version of Christianity on the whole world, and it creates a global. So that's why there's a push for missions and stuff from evangelicals, because they were Jews were funding it. By the way, this is a weird side note. We're funding a lot of missionary work to try to get dispensationalism across the world. And so a lot of churches and people didn't know that a lot of money was coming into missions programs and people from Zionist-related organizations to spread dispensationalism, so Israel had support. That's a dark side of it that I feel really sad about, because someone's just like a good Christian trying to get people to believe in Jesus, and they don't realize that this missions organization is being funded by Zionist organizations getting money from Israel for the intention of raising support for Israel, and they don't care about Jesus. Let Christ be preached, though. That's good, and a lot of people probably did become Christians, but we probably should be spreading Catholicism or Orthodoxy, in my opinion. It's like, I don't know if we need to be spreading anything else if we wanted to, right?
I don't know about Catholicism. I'm Catholic, and if you look at the Vatican,
yeah, no, I'm saying, I think, yeah, well,
I'm having an issue. Sorry,
that's why I can't convert. By the way, right now, I'm going to Catholic Church right now, but I can't.
I think Orthodox Christianity is. I think it's more pure.
I think
I'm an agnostic, so I live in the middle of the jungle, as you know, and I'm very connected to nature.
An agnostic Catholic? What the hell is that?
Yeah, I know.
Sarah Stock in chat.
Because when I was a child, my parents were literally putting me into this situation, putting like water, on my head, whatever they call it, baptism, and I became a
Christening.
Catholic. But I mean, like, I like being a Catholic, by the way. I mean, like, I appreciate it, and I mean, I've studied Catholicism at university. I read the Bible, I read the Torah, I read the Quran, I read the Talmud, unfortunately. And I mean, I embrace it, but I'm still like, since I'm living in nature, like in the middle of nowhere, like I don't have any direct neighbors, and it takes me like literally 30 minutes to get to the next neighbor. I'm very connected to nature. So I think nature is my first religion. But once you read the New Testament and you read about Jesus, I mean, like, I like the story. I don't say I believe every word in the Bible, but I mean, the New Testament is a good story, right? I mean, like, if you live like after the New Testament, you're living a good life. You're a good person, right? I couldn't say the same about other religions, by the way. So that's why I'm saying I'm a Christian. Otherwise, I would literally, like R.E.M. says, losing my religion. But I think being a good Christian means being a good person. And it also means being a critical person, understanding the history, understanding what happened in the past, understanding, you know, who's your real enemy. I cannot say it right now because I would get arrested. But I mean, like, I tell you one thing.
Luther would get arrested in today's Germany, by the way.
Jesus is not burning, is not boiling in human excrement and cum. I tell you this. Whoever believes this is the Antichrist.
I think so too. Yeah. It's like literally the word Antichrist. It's like the spirit of the Antichrist will be on the earth, and there's this group of people that are like, Jesus is burning in common shit.
And
like,
his mom is a prostitute.
Yeah, those might be
like,
the wrong.
Yeah,
say
with
this.
multiple Roman guards.
But look at this.
Exactly,
I want to play this real fast because, like, what I can't. This is that view. Lindsey Graham. I most good Christians that I know. And this is what's really hard. It's because they're better people than me, right? So they're good Christian people. There really are just some good Christian people in this country. You know, as much as we talk about the negativity a lot, you know, we're media people. You know, we're like either degenerate or degenerate by proxy. Like, you don't get into media unless you're kind of effed up a little bit in the head. Okay, so and I know that, and we all are. And anyone who's pretending like they're not in media is really, they're even more effed up because they're lying to you. That's why you always like, why are all these scandals with these good people? It's like, because nobody's good in this industry. Okay, nobody's good. I promise you that. I promise you that. However, there are really good Christians in this country, and I want to give a nod to that. You know, a little round of applause there. Maybe we can get for good Christians.
Can we get an applause for Thomas Massey?
Yes, we actually going to play
Yeah,
something
I like
from
Thomas
him.
Massey.
There's some really good Christians who are a great example and remind me that God is real, right? And it's not anything that they say; it's just the way they live. You're like, wow, you know, I've seen people's lives transformed by Jesus, and I know that's real stuff. Like people will literally change. Even my mom, you know, used to have an anger problem when we were kids, and she stayed close to God, and then God removed that, and she completely became a really, really, really soft person. And I think I watched that, you know, even my own mom. And but Lindsey Graham, there's this thing that they teach you, basically like, oh, those who bless Israel, God will bless. Yeah. And I love, since we started supporting Israel in 1948, Western civilization started collapsing. Mm-hmm. So if this is a blessing, right? We got feminism. We got, you know, we went to two incomes in the house instead of one. Kids going to school, not being homeschooled. We went into food additives and poisons and COVID jabs. And I mean, this is a blessing. And endless wars. This is blessing because it feels like we're cursed and that we're like a casino. You know, casinos are nice though. They're nice, but they're still full of debauchery and evil. We're not really. It doesn't feel like a blessing. It feels like we lost. We sold our soul by helping Israel form. I believe that's when we gave up the throne of our country. But Lindsey Graham says the opposite. He tells evangelicals that if you give up on Israel, that God's going to give up on you. This is not a joke.
I have a question for you. I mean, like, maybe you can reply or not, but it's like, when did the Spanish Golden Age start?
Was it the year after they kicked the Jews out?
The same year, 1492.
Yeah, it's like that's when Columbus came.
I can't make any conclusion. I would get arrested.
Hey, that was a joke. Someone said they kicked him out. I go, now you know how Columbus got here because he was a Jew. You know, it's like he had to leave. He had to get on a boat and go. So he found a new land. Columbus actually, you know what's even crazy? Randomly, I'll play this from Lindsey Graham. Then I'll make a comment. Listen to this. This is, I don't know what you think about this because to the evangelicals, I know a lot of people. It's hard for them when we have these conversations because, you know, like I said, I'm not shitting on evangelical Christianity as a moral system. You guys are really great people. I'm just upset about it because it's kind of like, it's like Mormonism. To me, evangelicalism is a little bit like Mormonism where you just got
hijacked.
Yeah, you got hijacked. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't mean you're a bad person. The Mormons that I meet are great people. Mm-hmm. It's just that you're kind of believing something that I think is false, right? And I think is hurting our nation like Joseph Smith. I don't believe he's a real prophet.
Their
it's
hearts
like,
are there. It's just in the wrong place.
correct. And so I don't think Lindsey Graham. The people who listen to Lindsey Graham are evil, but I think Lindsey Graham's evil.
Oh yeah,
Listen
he
to
got
this.
a bunch
he
of,
is
he
for
got
sure.
not skeletons. He got a bunch of little boys in his closet.
Show us the video, please. I'm like,
It's late at night. Israel is in a fight for their lives. Our friends in Israel are surrounded by people who would kill them all if they could. I am tired of the word genocide. Let me tell you about genocide. If Israel wanted to commit genocide, they could. They have the capability to do that. They choose not to. Hamas, they would commit genocide in 30 seconds. They just can't. And that's the big difference, folks. To people in my party, I'm tired of this crap. Israel is our friend. They're the most reliable friend we have in the Mideast. They're a democracy, surrounded by people who would cut their throats if they could. This is not a hard choice if you're an American. It's not a hard choice if you're a Christian. A word of warning. If America pulls the plug on Israel, God will pull the plug on us. And we're not
Okay.
going to let that happen.
Okay, this is actually a serious
I
conversation
just want-
because like
Lord.
my intern, he goes to evangelical church as well too, and I think that
that one right there?
yeah, but you can't say anything about him because we're not
No,
doxing
no,
him.
no, I'm saying his name. No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, but the thing
the
is,
big black guy in the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
the big black woman. No, but I want to say this genuinely. I don't want to come on here. Like, people get confused because the way I talk highly of Orthodoxy and Catholicism, they assume I'm an Orthodox or Catholic, and I'm not. And just because I'm like speaking, that I don't really like evangelicalism, that's probably more or less what I believe. My ideology is probably more aligned with them. I'm not a Catholic, but at the same time, it's like I was told this, and I went to I did some seminary at a Wesleyan school that was a lot less pro-Israel, but I did go to a Calvary Chapel Bible College for a while as well. And, we had an Israeli flag in our room, Everyone, it was synonymous that, and we all did an Israel trip too. I didn't go, but if you go to my Instagram, there's what people find old things from me, and it's like, oh, you're a grifter. And this, it's like, no, I just told someone yesterday, I saw a post from 2019 of me about this issue, and I was like, yeah, like what happened? Like it's called maturing. I got married and had kids since
So
that
what
happened.
was your post?
My post is like me in my dorm room, like an Israeli flag, in the dorm room that we lived in. And it's
Well,
like
you had the
we
church.
were Zionists.
You had the
I was
church
Zionist.
lie to you. You had our schools lie to us. Our history is just crap. Everything that we're taught in school is not true at all. Everything from what really happened in World War II to many other things. The book burnings and all that was to get rid of the propaganda that they were putting out. So me too. I always had I never had like a real devotion to them, but just like everybody else, I was lied to in the beginning. I believed, okay, they are our greatest ally. Actually, shout out to Noticer, because me and him going back and forth, I think 8 years ago is what sent me down the path, because I'm like, all right, well, if he's saying all this, I trust the guy, I'm going to look into it. And it just kept going. And then once you start going down that rabbit hole, you start to see more and more. I mean, it's right in our face, but we don't take the time to actually,
Exactly.
search for the
I
information.
I went to school in Holland, mainly, and Germany. We in Germany had to watch Holocaust movies literally every second week.
Based?
It was wild.
Yeah.
I know all Holocaust movie from Hollywood existing because we had to watch them and we had to write a test on
What
them.
did Holland have to do with the Holocaust?
No, in Germany. I was born in Germany. I went to German school and Holland school. It's different, but it's
Did they really grain that into you to know about the Holocaust?
all the time. It was literally all if you take history class here in the US. I've lived in Oklahoma when I was a child. I went to high school in Oklahoma, and they talked about Nazis and about National Socialism for 1 day, 2 days maybe, right? And in Germany it's 2 years. So they don't stop talking about it. You don't talk about World War I. You don't talk about Versailles Treaty. You don't talk about Balfour Agreement. You talk about the Holocaust the whole time. So we start talking, at history class in Germany, you talk about the Roman Empire, then you skip 2,000 years, nothing, and then it's about Holocaust.
That's based. I'm thinking we should just.
It's not based at all.
Oh, dude, it's so based
Yeah.
because if you think about it, what would be the best way for the West to understand its own history and to enjoy itself is just focus on one group of people that have nothing to do with our fucking history. You have nothing to do with our history, okay? Besides giving us feminism and pornography and a few other things, okay?
Transgenderism.
I was about to say
Thank you.
They opened the
transgenderism,
first clinic
Oh,
in,
yeah, at
in
the Federal
Germany
Reserve.
and a bunch
Why
of
my
others.
Republic? Yes, I know.
Yep.
Berlin, yes. But I mean, like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get arrested now. Oh my gosh, can we cut it out? Oh, it's live.
It's
Never
live.
mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
fuck, I'm screwed.
well, I just want to say at the end of that he was joking to the German government. This is a comedy show.
Yeah, it's
everything
comedy,
we're
yeah.
saying was meant to be humorous and not meant to be taken
yeah,
seriously.
you can't arrest me.
Yeah. I'm also really happy, by the way, guys. Our YouTube channel is genuinely growing, you know, on such a steady rate that I'm like very happy if you're here. Don't forget, if you're here, to like the video, subscribe. It really helps to subscribe. We're getting a lot of subscribers, but it's like,
How are you still on YouTube if you tell the truth?
well.
Well. Tell me now.
Well,
Come on.
Well, because
Are
I
you
see
fed?
Candace do
He's
it.
actually Jewish.
He's a fed.
I see Candace do it, and so
Schaefer.
I think we can do it now. I think you can do it, but you have to do it the way we're doing it here, where you're just talking about it like educationally. I don't think you can go on rants. You know, you can talk about the truth, but you have to do it from a way of like, well, I'm just asking questions, and then you can't really. You know, you couldn't just sit here and like if you did what Fuentes does and like rants at the camera
It's
against
all the Jews.
you're gonna
Yeah, you
get
can't
they're gonna nuke your channel.
We're not gonna do this. No.
No. So this
No.
is, and you know, is he right or is he wrong? I mean, I think, you know, we'll let the audience decide for themselves. But I was gonna say on a side note, what I noticed to be really weird about politics too is, you can really tell them people got their information from different people. Because for me, like my personal opinion on like Israel and the Jews and stuff really came from me working in the industry and thinking something was wrong. You know what I mean? Like really.
When did it start? Because I was super pro-Jewish until recently. I mean, like, sorry. I mean, don't kick me out, please. I mean, like, but like,
this guy's like 5 things when you get this channel.
Yeah, I
Make
know.
sure Joey takes out the F word in the beginning too. Yeah, I don't gotta
Take it all
timestamp
out,
that.
like-
No, but just that because that'll get us. And then also maybe cut out the C19 part too.
Okay.
But like, no, I'm just saying just on YouTube. If you're watching this, why you gotta watch on Rumble? Because sometimes we have to cut things out on YouTube. That's how we stay on YouTube. We have to cut things out at the end of the show, and then like.
but I
actually
was
cut out-
super pro-Jewish until
Yeah.
literally
What happened?
like before COVID even. I mean, like, because you know I went to a German school for I think for 8 years, to Dutch school for 7 years, and we were always told like, you know, Jewish people are the victims, and when we had. In Germany, it's
Never.
obligatory to have religion class. It doesn't exist in the US. But if you follow like Catholic religion class, it's more Jewish religion class. You learn about the Jewish traditions, etc. And I was like, oh, it's super awesome. I want to be a Jew one day. And then my teacher told me you can't. I mean, like you could, but I mean, like it's literally impossible. Because I always felt so sorry about what happened to them. I mean, like, I was like, how could my grandparents do it to them? Even my grandparent was very socialist. And he was more pro-Russian back in the time, which I'm seeing critically now. But anyway, I'm like, okay, how could they do this to them? I mean, like, why did it happen to the Jewish people? I mean, like, they were the victim the whole time. Why did they do it? And, I mean, like, maybe I should stop talking now to not get into prison, but the fact is, I mean, like, the more you know, right? I mean, like, I'm not saying that all Jewish people are bad persons. They're very good Jewish people. But I believe what we are being told...
Name 10.
Huh?
Name 10.
Einstein was a very good Jewish person. He was very critical towards Zionism, and he said, like, the real terrorists are Zionists.
Didn't he give us the nuclear bomb though? Technically?
He didn't directly. He wasn't involved into this. So there are many
Manhattan Project.
Freud was, I think, was also a good. There are many.
trouble. Yeah, you
I know.
can't-
I know you
bring
guys
Freud,
probably don't
come
like
on.
him, but
The
I
guy
see-
who said like
Yeah.
babies get like
Yes.
anal sexual
I
pleasure
know.
from
I know.
pooping or something.
Getting
Like,
turned on by
I'm
your
sorry.
mom and
I
shit.
knew it was
Yeah.
gonna happen.
That
I know.
was-
Sorry.
Freud, Netanyahu. Just get worse. Just keep going.
yeah.
Just keep
I
going.
know it was going to get Sigmund Freud, but still, I know this part was wrong. I mean, like Sigmund Freud came up with very valid points. I mean, this was obviously not valid, right? I knew it was going to happen. I shouldn't have said this, but like, I mean, like he came up with many valid points and interesting thoughts. This was obviously one of them, but I mean, like, in general, there were many Jewish people in Germany who were good people, and who were fighting for Germany in World War One. There was a huge German. I think there were more than 100,000 Jewish people who were fighting for Germany against France and East Front, Western Front, and they were like hardcore patriots, pro Germany, and they were prosecuted in the Third Reich, Drittes Reich, and like they were like, okay, you had like a Jewish grandma, whatever, so you have to go to a work camp in Poland, etc. But these people were hardcore patriots. So why would anyone prosecute them? I don't get it. So they were just like generalizing.
I don't know. I feel like he was onto something.
Who? Me or him? No.
Hey, I feel like he was. I feel like he had the right idea. Like we got to save the West, and so I don't get you in trouble with your home country. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Just do
no,
it.
I don't want to get you in trouble with your home country. I feel like just like we're talking about the idea that using the gay Fed reference, like I feel like that's like silly because it's like, why are you throwing in and calling someone gay? If they're a Fed, then just show the receipts and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
I feel like the amount of lies about that guy are funny. It's
Which
like
guy?
He did meth and molested kids.
The
and-
Austrian painter.
and he did this and he did that and he did this. And it's like, listen, pick one thing. But then like, do you know what I just found out about him? I don't know if you saw this, but he was the first European leader. A lot of countries were
Are we talking about animal rights right now?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, we're barbaric. But one thing I found out is that like he was really grossed out by a certain religion that casts like their sins onto like a chicken, and like beats it and hits it on the ground and stuff
and
like
you
that.
transfer the sin on it?
He didn't like that.
Oh,
Yeah, and a lot of other countries were very cruel towards animals, and he realized that a society that couldn't treat God's creation with respect was a society that would never experience God, because you had to start with the most vulnerable, and the most vulnerable were not just unborn German and Austrian children, it was the animals. And so he was really concerned about bringing order into the society, and really grossed out by people who cast their sins into chickens.
It was, but it was also the first country who put like animal rights into constitution. So Germany wasn't allowed to, do testing on animals. So I think he was a vegan, even a vegetarian or vegan. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard that he ate meat like later in life, but like, how does everyone know all this stuff about him?
Yeah, I don't know that much about the Austrian painter, but I mean, like, I know that he was caring
Remember when they were
about
saying
the
that
animals.
he farted a lot? Do you remember that? Did you hear that when you were a kid? They taught us he had like bad flatulence, and then he'd walk into a room and have gas all the time. I'm like, so what if that's where the gas rumor started, and it just a rumor got out of
kept
control?
going, yeah.
Because what if they just called his room the gas chamber?
Are you trying to get me arrested, bro?
I mean, what if that's what it was? Who knows? Right? Who knows? Yeah. But I know. But like, it's like okay, so he's a bad guy, but he farts a lot. Why are we putting that detail in there? But I feel like he had a good head on his shoulders. But the problem with him, and the reason why I can't make a conclusive understanding of him, is because there's so many lies out there. It's really hard for me to understand the truth. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like did he really just kill these people?
Especially
Like,
which
I don't
information
know.
do you have, right? I mean, like
I don't know what's true.
Exactly.
Even from the people that like him or don't like him, like everyone seems like they're lying, and I'm like. But I think what his goals were. I looked at his goals. Like I read, listen to his speeches translated by AI.
I mean, I
and
don't
it's very
need
convincing.
I don't need it to get translated. I mean, I understand them right away, right?
Are they banned
I mean, like,
in Germany? His speeches?
Yes, but I mean, like I can on Rumble, they're available, and I understand. I mean, like he has a very strong Austrian accent. Is like, I mean, I could.
Is it really?
Yeah, yeah. He speaks in a very. I think he has a strong accent. I would.
Can you do an impression of him in German?
I know. No, I can't. No, I can't. I mean, they would clip it and put it everywhere. But I mean, like, there's one. I mean, they recorded him talking as he's talking, like his real voice. It's different. So in the speech, it was like das deutsche Volk. He would speak like in a way. It's super weird.
I'm feeling patriotic right now.
I wouldn't call it patriotic. I mean, like it's also
Do it again.
It's
Throw up a
odd.
Bellamy
Do it again.
salute.
And what
Do it
he
again.
like,
I'm gonna throw my heart out to you right now.
Bellamy salute.
I can't. I'm gonna do it.
I'm
like,
gonna throw my heart out to you. I'm gonna do it.
like Elon Musk would do it like this way. Like
No, Musk went like this. I think Musk went. like this, and like his hands were like bent. That's what he did. Musk did the. I think that's what it was, and it was like this. But he said his fingers were bent because he was throwing his heart out to the people.
Like Caesar.
Yeah.
Caesar didn't ban him.
No, but the
Roman
the
salute?
Roman. I feel like the Roman one, because I don't know if it's true.
I
but
think it's more. I can't do it. I would get arrested.
but the Romans. I know, but I think the Romans, like when they do it, I thought it was like this. Like it was like
Yes.
like it wasn't like up.
You know
right? It was
Asterix and
like
Obelix,
this.
right? Asterix and Obelix.
What?
Asterix and Obelix. Someone, please.
shit. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, you're. Asterix and Obelix is a French Belgium comic, whatever. Okay, never mind.
No,
It's super
I'm
famous
lost.
in Europe. It's the most famous thing ever in Europe. Asterix and Obelix. Probably in French, like Asterix et Obelix. I don't know. You don't know this? Can you please look it up, please? I mean, come on.
I mean, I think I found it.
It's the
but
most famous thing in
it's
Europe
like a comic.
ever.
This
it's
thing?
yeah, exactly. It's the most famous thing ever. And they always show the Roman salute. I can't do it. I would like to. But I would end up. Yeah, there's these two people here. I mean, like, you don't know these dudes.
Asterix and Obelix.
Asterix and Obelix.
Never heard of them.
It's illegal in Australia now too.
Asterix and Obelix.
No, the
I was
the
like, what the-
salute. The salute's illegal in
The
Australia.
Roman one.
Yeah, the Roman salute's illegal in because what happened was everyone's really mad about the immigrants. And do you ever see like the gaslighting in Britain? Britain about how it's like,
The what? The gas what? Okay, all right.
well, if you're gonna light the gas anyway, the gaslighting in Australia is through the roof. Like they're also saying that like the main problem of like why Australians are like discontent and not enjoying their life has nothing to do with the surging home prices, because the politicians are not building enough homes and bringing in, dude, like 700,000 Indians. That's so crazy in a country of like 25, 26 million a year. And they said that the problem right now is white supremacists are the greatest threat to the Australian government, which is probably kind of true actually.
Sounds like Canada, right?
But like, yeah, but they say white supremacy is what's really causing the crime. It's all white supremacy. And
But who's committing the crime?
mostly Sudanese people.
Exactly.
Mostly, and a lot of the Indians are, the Indians are like stinky Jews. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
I'm off.
no, but meaning like they have the same culture. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in like a they
So
have.
do Jews poop on the streets?
No, that's what I say. Stinky, like they're like a non-hygienic. They have Jewish culture though. That's why
okay.
they really like Israel because they both hate Muslims a lot,
Yep,
right?
that's true.
And they both see each other as like
Supremacists.
they have their own caste systems, and then they also the Indians think they're better than everyone. Like if you
One
ever see
takes
Indians on the
their
internet,
shoe-
they all think they're better than you.
But,
And
but
they're
their
weird.
food is better than everything. I mean, like, talking about Indian food,
Are you
right?
kidding me?
I love Indian food. It's
I
the
mean,
best.
I like some Indian food. Butter chicken is really good.
Oh,
The rest of it just
tikka
makes me
masala.
shit.
Tikka masala. Or do you want to say butter chicken?
Butter chicken's better than tikka
Butter
masala.
chicken is from UK.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you're white supremacist.
I'm not.
But
I-
You are. We are. Come on. Let's.
How many of these IPAs? Now listen, I say we gotta
Two
get
of
more.
them,
Okay,
two of them,
Get
one
him
and
more.
two.
Hey, it's like just get him on.
I'm getting more.
Yeah,
Okay,
go get
right.
another one.
Go get another.
Yeah, go get another one. I'm like, I mean, look, I'm not supremacist or anything, but I at this point I mean I like my people better than anyone else. You know what I mean? But like, in the fact is, I don't think people should not exist. Like, I just think we should exist separately. Like, I think that I think multiculturalism is a failed experiment. It doesn't work, and I feel like that like it actually just doesn't work at all. Like, period. So, and I think that's what's destroying our country.
Why
It's
do you think so?
what?
I mean, like multiculturalism works in several parts. I mean, like I live in Brazil, right? In the southern part of Brazil, we have multiculturalism. And I mean, like in the states of Rio Grande do Sul, in Catarina, Sao Paulo, it works very well.
Why do you live in Brazil? Are you allowed to say? Do you know why?
No extradition.
Should we really talk about this tomorrow on the 101? But I
yeah,
mean,
but
like,
I said no. I mean, it's an interesting
in
choice.
general, I mean, like I was talking out against COVID. I was an associate professor at a Dutch university. Got fired for my views on the mask, on the shots, etc. And I had a wife. I'm still having the same wife, right? I mean, like I didn't change the wife.
He's like, then I had to kill her.
Yeah, exactly.
And now I'm on the run.
Like she's Brazilian. So I mean, like, what was closer to what I can do? I mean, like, the president of Brazil was
is she light skinned or dark skinned Brazilian? Because that's a very broad. Statement.
She's half European, half Tupi. If you know Tupi is like the
I have to go every day.
They're like cannibals, you know. Sorry, like cannibal Brazilians from I don't know how many hundreds of years ago. But I mean, like, she's a half blood. How do you call them in Harry Potter? Mago? I know. Mudblood. She's a mudblood. Anyway,
Bro just called his wife a mudblood. That's
I'll call
diabolical.
she will see this show and like file for a divorce. Anyway, yeah, I mean, like she's a Brazilian lawyer and she lived in Brazil and like, okay, you guys got Bolsonaro and he was like, this shot is like, you know, and I was like, I'm gonna get there because I was without any work in Holland. They said like, what are you doing? It's a shame to science and yeah, I just moved to Brazil and we got a plot in the jungle via I had a PhD student who was also Brazilian and she went on holidays in the jungle. And she told me, oh, like they're selling this plot of land here in the jungle. I'm like, interesting. And I was like, which price? And she told me it was like $20,000-$30,000. I was like, what the fuck? You know, I'm like, I was buying it right away and now we're living there in the middle of nowhere.
You know, I know that's good. I knew you have like a rule. You've been building your compound, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm totally 100% off grid. The only thing I buy in the supermarket is salt and IPAs. And I hardly drink. So I drink IPAs once or twice per month.
Do they have IPAs in Brazil? I'm surprised.
Yes, they do.
It's more of a Western thing.
Yes, but it's like from South Brazil. You know, you had many former Germans. Like many Germans went to Argentina and Brazil. You know.
Yeah, what's with white guys and IPAs? I love IPAs as well, but a lot of people don't. I don't like Imperial IPAs as much, but these kind of ones, like the juicy ones, are so good.
The
juice.
No, but they're really good. But I don't know if anyone in the chat, people are really split on IPAs on whether or not they're good. Like a lot of people just really think they're disgusting.
I don't know.
And
the
they're like,
only
it's very
thing,
gross.
the only alcohol I drink is IPAs. I don't like wine. I like vodka. I don't like any of this shizzle. I only drink IPAs. I
Dude,
love
yeah,
the taste.
But beer also, like I would drink beer more often, but beer just makes you fat. It just does. I know calories
you're
make you
fat.
fat. I know calories will make you fat, but like it'll just like it's really hard to keep.
So what
the
do you
weight
like?
off.
Which drink do you like? What alcohol?
I like vodka and IPAs. No, it's really all I like too is vodka and
okay,
IPAs. That's pretty much it. But I'll drink other beer like it's our Cuban one of our workers is Cuban and he like showed me something called like La Rubia and some stuff that's like from Florida and it's like pretty decent. But like for me, I also not a big whiskey guy either. You know,
No,
I don't like
I'm
whiskey.
like I don't mind like if somebody's really into it and they want you to try it and it's like got a nice rock in it and it's like.
But did you ever try cachaça? Like the Brazilian sugar cane?
Did you? Mm-hmm. What is it?
It's as he's mentioned, sugar cane kind
Sugar
of
cane.
drink.
It's like vodka, just better.
It's pretty good.
And like if you have a caipirinha, have you ever had a caipirinha?
Caipirinhas, they'll sneak up on you, man. You be careful.
Oh my
with the
gosh, you drink
caipirinhas.
one, you're like, oh, this is nothing.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
got
no
this.
alcohol in there. You drink a second one, you wake up the next day. Caipirinha is awesome.
Yeah, I've gotten myself in a lot of trouble with
Yes. So, I mean, like, caipirinha is great.
Somebody said I only drink kosher beer with my pinky out in the chat.
Oh,
That
you
was,
do?
the-
That makes sense. Yeah.
Hello. No, but you know, but
What part of Brazil did you say you're in?
Oh, should I dox myself?
no,
I'm like,
dogs,
don't
it's
say
okay.
where
You
you're
can
at.
tell me later.
Don't say where you're at, but we
it
should come
doesn't
down
matter
and visit.
because the
I wanna come visit
Department
down
of
there.
Homeland Security already knows.
Oh, then
I
it
know, but I
doesn't
don't want
matter.
I don't audience. I don't.
So I'm
don't
living
dox
in Sao Paulo, but
Okay, São
south
Paulo.
of Minas Gerais. So I'm living in the.
We should go down to Brazil and visit him.
Yeah, no, I'd love to go to Brazil.
I mean, like you should.
I think so.
I have a better studio than you do.
I know you do.
I
well,
told
you have,
you.
Well, you
I
have,
have
a
a
better
lot of friends from training from jiu-jitsu in Brazil.
Hey, yeah. You should come there.
I know it
We
sounds
should
dumb,
do
but
the
is
training
jiu-jitsu
with
really from Brazil?
It is.
Well, it was
Kind
first,
of.
You had Chinese jiu-jitsu,
yeah,
and then
exactly.
it went over, and they brought it to Brazil. Then the Gracies adopted it. They were using Chinese jiu-jitsu, but then the main guy who really started Brazilian jiu-jitsu, he had a bone disorder, and he couldn't compete in the same way. It was more about aggression. So what he did is he learned how to use leverage instead, and that's how Brazilian jiu-jitsu came about.
You can do jiu-jitsu, capoeira. They do.
Yeah, I
many of
only
these.
know a few kicks from it and stuff, but yeah.
It's impressive to see.
Mm-hmm.
I can just tell you, come down there. So because I'm like living in the middle of the rainforest, we don't have any direct neighbors. It takes you like literally 2 hours to be outside the forest, and our main enemies are jaguars and pumas. So I mean, like they're trying to attack my chicken every single day. So I've Rhode Island red chicken, and I think like the majority of the chicken were killed by pumas, and they're like 160 pounds per puma. So
Is that like feet per square inch or something like that?
I don't do inches, I don't do feet, but
160
anyway, it
pumas
doesn't.
per square meter? What the hell?
It doesn't
I'm
matter.
confused.
So I built my chicken coop, and like I built with like some Belgium. It's called Belgium fence. There is like a fence which is like very safe, obviously. And the puma, like 160 pounds, he managed to get into my chicken coop, but didn't manage to get out. So it was there in the morning. I was like, what is this? Like, oh wow, all chicken dead. I was like, what's this thing at the top? Like, it was like 160-pound puma in there, like a huge beast. I just opened the door. It was like running up the tree right away.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was
Sorry, one of the things real fast, by the way. On a side note, just the editors, it's actually so funny. Rumble's so funny. The fact that Fuentes is on the thumbnail, I think we weren't allowed to be on the front page. They like, took it off and then like put us like 20 videos down and like editors picks. But I think Fuentes' face probably is not allowed to be on the front page.
That's probably
So
triggered
whoever
him.
that, yeah, I would have. We'll just like, I know it sounds stupid since he's a very harmless person in terms of like, we're not afraid of him.
he
either,
wouldn't do
know?
anything to you. No.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's harmless, but at the same time, it's like literally his face and his name. And that's why I'm glad that whoever put the title.
Maybe it's my
put
face.
Fuentes.
Okay, never mind.
No, I'm glad
No,
they
that's
just use
what I
Fuentes
mean.
because using his name even will like get you in trouble on YouTube. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. I think that's weird too. That there's like an edict in the tech world that it's like he's somebody that like associating with him can actually like ruin your life. Except now, it's helping a lot of people get views that are dying in viewership that need views. So they're having him on. But at the same time, it's like that's just crazy to me. It's like someone's face, even on like free speech, can like kind of get you in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It is. I don't know. It just something that just occurred to me that just happened. Because I was like, oh, we're not in anywhere, and then we're like into like yesterday's videos today, and the editor's picks. I'm like, wow, that was crazy. We got moved pretty quick. Apparently, this video came out yesterday. Even though we are live, by the way, with the chat. People don't think this is a live show, but it is a
Where can I
live
see
show.
the chat? Where's the chat? I want to see it.
Here, let me open up the chat for you.
Oh, awesome.
You got it? You want me to?
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you should. I should host the show or something
you
like
should
that.
host the show.
All right.
Keep talking.
Moving along with this here, don't forget, guys, in a little bit, we'll be moving over to locals. So you can go to ElijahSchaefer.locals.com. It's free to join. It doesn't cost you anything if you want to join. And we do a segment for members only, which I think is fantastic. I'll always drop the thing in the chat for you guys. So make sure that you join us there. If you're watching on Rumble, just click the red join button. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'm throwing the chat in as well. I don't know why this is like this, but yeah, here you go. There you go. I'm very, very happy. I mean, like tonight we have like 350 people watching on YouTube, and we're really steadily just growing on YouTube. And I'm just very happy about that because, we just started this YouTube channel, and there was like 350 people watching live. It was actually pretty good because I saw Alex Stein. He's got a couple 100,000, like 443. And that's like a big $1 million budget from Blaze and everything like that. And they're getting like 400 live viewers on a huge channel.
And we're on yesterday. We got almost 700.
Yeah, on a Rumble, we have like 700, and then we have a bunch on X as well, and we're getting a lot of audio downloads too. We are available on audio only, so I'm really, really happy with the way the show's growing because it's really hard to start a show from the scratch and to talk about these things in a mainstream way. But I'm very, very happy about it. Thank you guys too. We just got a new desk, and they made it too small, so they're making us a new thing. But I appreciate.
So, Elijah, did I just ask you the link to the chat? I'm reading it, and I'm regretting it.
Oh,
So may I read some comments, please? Come on.
what kind of comments? I don't want to.
Okay, let's look at this. Average IQ of Brazilians is 85 to 92. I'm good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's nice. I mean, like I'm a Brazilian. Okay. I mean, like it could be right. And then like stuff like, okay, this guy's gay. Okay, all right. I mean, like, what's a BJJ?
That's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay. That doesn't mean anything about
Did
BJ.
you eat chicken?
Wow.
You should text me. I'm so hungry.
Guys,
I need
please,
chicken.
please write more into this Rumble chat because I'm gonna interact with you guys.
Yeah.
Call me gay, call me faggot, call me whatever you want. I love it.
All right, timestamp.
Oh, there's a guy
that's
who's like Minas Gerais has good food at
That's
least.
hour 42. We got to cut
Yeah,
that
that's
out on
true.
YouTube as well.
Yeah.
I'm saying, we can't. Dude, that word will get your stream pulled. By the way, it's like actually true. We
Well,
gotta
you
play
got
on
in trouble.
YouTube.
You got in trouble in an Uber, right, for saying bad language?
Yeah.
How?
I just got in trouble from Uber. I think we used that word in an Uber, and
Which
the Uber
word?
The F word. And then the
Faggot or
yes,
fucking?
the first one, which I
First
can't
one
say
he
on
was
YouTube.
avoiding.
All right, an hour and 43 minutes as well. Make sure he cuts it out right after. But basically, yeah, we used it, and the person reported us. I also got kicked out of a restaurant for using that word.
Yeah, that
too.
was in California.
Yeah, in
I was,
LA.
I was with you for that one.
Yeah, we got kicked out for using that word at a restaurant, and then I used it in an Uber, and then we got reported.
And then
for,
you told
for
him you were
the discrimination.
You told him you were a
by the
food
driver.
reviewer, and you started arguing. You're like, I'm going to tear this restaurant down. I review every restaurant and give a score.
So how come faggot is a bad word here?
It's like highly
Okay,
against
that
guidelines.
time
Like
too.
they'll.
Oh my gosh,
like, they
I'm
have-
using
they
it
have
all the time
censors
on X. I mean, like, I'm
I know,
just
but
a
on
innocent
YouTube,
foreigner.
that's
Yeah.
an hour 43 and 36
and
seconds.
we had a channel for about a month.
Yeah,
and
but-
then it's gone.
Yeah, that's hour 43, 44. There's now been 4. I'm just counting, so make sure you genuinely, he's got to go in right after it processes and probably cut that out.
Faggot.
It is, all right, we'll just go from like an hour and 42 minutes and then just cut out for like, cut out like 10 minutes of the show.
Yeah, good.
But if you're
Yeah.
watching if you want to watch on Rumble, just so you know, we never have to cut things out on Rumble, so that's kind of why you can watch on Rumble. It's always the full show. We don't really care, but on YouTube, we unfortunately they are what they are. Okay, speaking of that, if you guys are watching, we're gonna head over to Rumble, but we're gonna read some super chats first. So, let me see. One of the super chats we got a $5 super chat from Cocteau. Thank you, Cocktail says, have you seen the videos Owen Benjamin has been posting about Nick Fuentes the last few days? I won't elaborate on the subject matter, but I found them interesting. Well, no, I didn't see them, but also it's like, if you don't elaborate, then I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I know Owen doesn't like him, and I know Owen doesn't care about warring with people. I'm just like, I've never been into the big online wars with people. I'm not into that. It's like, I have like, you know what? I'm a man. I have to worry about like not pissing off my wife. You know what I mean? Like,
It's impossible, brother.
like no, but like that's like I'm like dealing with like my life, and like I'm like not gonna argue with a woman on the internet. Like I got women in my life. You know what I mean?
It's enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I can tell you. Yeah.
I got women in my life. I have sisters. And this isn't disparaging anyone, but like women like to argue and stuff.
Sisters
and
is harder than wife, isn't it?
I think. Well, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, right?
Well,
Well,
I don't really talk to either of them, really, to be honest. It's unfortunate, but it's true.
Sisters are easier to avoid.
that's sad. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, because you don't live with them.
You don't got to go home to your sisters, you know?
Well,
that's weird.
there are some
That's
people who
odd.
do.
I mean, like,
Unfortunately.
wow. Yeah.
No, but I was gonna say, I
Thoughts,
think,
Mendoza?
yeah, it's women are just like women are great, but they're also really sometimes tough. You know, it's for men, it's a lot to deal with females, and I think it's like I just like want peace in my home, and the last thing I want is like spend time like even inserting myself into this fight. Everyone wants me to get their back.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like, I'll just say the same thing. It's like yeah, I'm not. When I got to go home, I'm worried about making sure that me and my wife are good, right now. And I'm not worried about this. And I feel like a lot of these people, I don't know how married people get into fights on the internet. Do you just not like hang out with your wife, or do you not like have a family? Like, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, you'll see people like getting in these big
But
tiffs on
do
the
you know
internet.
any married person who gets in a fight with their? I mean, like,
Spouse online, or what do you mean?
yeah.
I've seen some people, BBC gang, where are you at? I've seen married couples fight on the internet.
What the heck?
Remember Steven
crazy.
Crowder?
That's a no go.
Remember Steven Crowder? Yeah.
I mean, Steven goes a fucking. Okay, I can't say it because like YouTube, but like,
Well, I'm
But,
saying
like,
a lot of people fight. I don't know why people don't just keep their personal life more personal.
you
know?
it should be personal. Like, how
Yeah.
many times have you seen me on X talking with my wife? Never, I think.
I even think it's weird that Matt Walsh's wife has an ex and they like
He has a
play
wife.
fight.
Isn't he gay?
Matt Walsh has 6 kids.
I'm sorry. I thought he was gay.
He doesn't know anything about American
Okay,
people.
that
I'm sorry.
word
I'm
this
sorry.
time.
I wasn't even kidding. It wasn't a joke. I thought he was gay. Okay, never mind.
I don't think that's ever been a thought, right? That's not a mainstream talking point, is it?
It is. I mean, like,
I don't
it's
think Matt's-
obvious. Isn't
Hey, this guy, it's
Cut
like
it out. 99 minutes, 58 seconds.
no, it's
YouTube.
fine. It's
Okay,
fine. I don't.
mean,
No, I Matt.
I thought he was gay.
Why'd you think that?
What triggered that thought?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
like,
don't get that.
I watched
don't-
his movie.
Uh-huh.
What's a Woman?
his movie. I'm gay. You know,
The way-
it gave it away.
Literally, the way he was talking is like kept obvious to me. But I mean, like, I don't know.
Maybe just don't understand American accents because
I mean, I'm a foreigner.
yeah, because I was like he doesn't have a like
He hides the gay thoughts in the beard, or
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I
don't
talk
think-
like
I
a
don't
gay.
think
He doesn't
I
talk
thought he
like
was
a
gay.
gay.
I also think
I
Ben
don't see it
Shapiro is
with
gay,
him.
by the way.
Elijah, I can see
Ben
with
Shapiro's
you.
Jewish.
With him, I can't.
Yeah, Yeah, me, American. My voice. I have a Valley Girl accent, and I'm gay and retarded. So that's,
you are. I know.
So there's that.
Cut
but
out
it's like
99, 59.
yeah, so you just cut out. No, but I with Matt, that's funny because to a foreigner, I wonder what you guys think about. Like I always see this is Europeans make me laugh. Europeans will literally like come out with a purse and jorts and be like, Americans don't have style, and Americans in Germany we don't dress like that. And it's like,
What's a kilometer?
a kilometer? Like 1,000 meters?
Huh?
Yeah. What?
What? What's a kilometer?
A distance?
How many miles?
That's a good question.
Look, the crickets.
I use because I've lived overseas. I still all my maps are in kilometers, and when people use my maps, they don't know what to do.
Yeah,
but,
I got lost in Texas using it.
yeah, I use kilometers, but I don't know the exact conversion.
What's a kilo?
I told you it's 2.2 pounds.
Oh, you
I know
did.
that one.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I only know that one because I constantly have to deal with yeah.
Cocaine?
No, because we use a lot of weight. I mean, I work in science as well, so you have to use the metric
Yeah, of
system.
course.
But we don't use a lot of like kilometers in science. You know what I mean? That's not usually.
Wait. But science is the metric
Yeah, the metric
system.
system. Yeah, we don't use a lot of like There's not a lot of measuring in kilometers in the stuff that I've studied. Like
No,
So I don't know.
I don't know what you studied. No.
I studied the Holocaust.
So 6 million kilometers, how many miles?
Oh my gosh! All right. We're gonna head over to locals. We'll see you in just a few moments. But before we go, Simon Goddek, doctor, I should say, let's be more respectful there.
No, you can be as much as disrespectful as you want. I mean, like,
Was it 6 million? Answer it and give us your
And if not, how
your
many?
social media.
so my social media is like 6 million divided by 6 is like literally 1 million. Follow us on X. I don't care. I don't want any more followers. I'm just happy.
Here he is. By the way, bring it up. This guy's got. Dude, you have 1.1 million followers. That's.
I don't know. I didn't keep it up. I think I have 1.1 something million followers on X.
He's like, I don't know, but
200,000.
200,000, 15, and 16 now.
271 divided by. I have no clue, man. I don't care. You know, it's like, you know, if I cared about my followers, I would say whatever they want to hear. And the thing is, whenever I post anything against the narrative, be this Donald Trump, be this Israel, be this Palestine, and whatever you want to hear, I have days I lose 10,000 followers. It's really wild. But I don't care about my followers. I think I care about more about integrity. So I think it's very important about who you are, what you stand for. And if you just watch like whatever Ben Shapiro mentioned me before, because I think he's a big fake, or Charlie Kirk, what they're saying whatever they're paid to be said. That's what belief is. I mean, like, I don't have any proof that they're being paid for their views, right? I mean, you don't have any proof either, right?
I'm not going to get into that.
Exactly. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, you do probably. So
There's
I
a
think
lot of things that I know that I just don't think it's my
yourself.
right to tell people.
Be
Yeah.
yourself, right? Tell your opinion, and it's going to work out. So,
Not necessarily though. They might kill us. You know what I mean? It's like they
you
might
mean
kill
like
us.
bracket? They bracket?
Do we just call them brackets? That's such a good phrase. Even the bracket people. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think my personal opinion is from what I'm seeing with the government is that Trump has flipped on his base in favor of Israel, and he's already weaponized the government against us. They've already changed the speech laws with the IRHA or whatever it is, or
In Florida, it's even worse.
Yeah, in Florida it's even worse. They've already state level. They've already been violating our constitution in favor.
Thanks,
of Israel.
Randy Fine.
Mm-hmm. I've already seen Trump go against his own DNI, chief, and lie to the public multiple times and get us into new wars. Be unable to negotiate with Putin. Renege on his promises on fighting against the illegal immigration. Yeah. Just all that stuff that he's doing is a show for the boomers so that they think he's deporting people when we're not really deporting anyone.
You're not.
Not deporting anyone, less than Obama even. And It's like, it's all charade and a show. And I think that this anti-Semitism stuff, I mean, they already are legislating it, but I think, you know, our Constitution is pretty much null and void when it comes to these people and their influence in our government. And so I'm a little bit concerned. I'm just concerned that Trump is going to usher in something that JD Vance is going to continue. It just like Biden was Biden was Obama's third term.
Mm-hmm.
I think Vance is going to be Trump's third term, aka I think Vance is going to be working on behalf of Israel. My personal opinion.
100%.
But I like
Who's financing Vance? Peter.
I think it was Thiel, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, too.
Exactly. Where's Thiel from? Where's Thiel from?
It didn't. Where? I don't know.
Come on. You know?
No.
What are we going to go with? Israel?
Germany.
Namibia.
Namibia.
Well, yes.
Well, yeah, Namibia is what South Africa should have been, but
Yeah. I can't. I don't want to get arrested.
well,
but
what is it? Because look, Thiel didn't used to.
Peter Thiel used to live in Swakopmund. I had a project there. I was living there, and Swakopmund is a coastal region in Namibia. It's amazing. It's like literally, the streets name are still after the Kaiser of Germany. It's like you're being back like 100 years in history.
Yeah, West
And
Germany.
It used to be Südwest Africa. Southwest.
By the way,
Germany.
our stream keeps breaking for people.
I know.
Not saying anything.
I don't know.
for me.
I saw in the
Anyways,
chat.
Peter Thiel was raised in Swakopmund, and Elon Musk was also raised in around this region. He was raised in South Africa.
They're
right?
handpicked then, huh?
I don't think so. It doesn't make any sense because Swakopmund in South
Well,
Africa.
Thiel's steel doesn't worry me as much as who I don't know if he really controls Palantir. Like I don't know.
I think he does.
I don't know. But I feel like it's under the call of Israeli intelligence. Like I
I
feel
would
but
go
still-
more with that.
I would say I don't know if Thiel's a front man because he's also kind of retarded. You know the way that that interview he gave where he said
Oh
he
my
doesn't know
gosh, I
if
saw this
humanity
one.
should continue.
What the heck was this
Yeah.
interview?
And then he writes
Right.
a book, right? The Palantir book. It's like this seems like a little bit like they're writing a play and setting the stage. And I also am I'm genuinely nervous. I'm gonna be completely honest, guys. I'm genuinely nervous that you know at a certain point, you know, like if you live in China, you may want to do what you're gonna do, but you may not want to, you know, intentionally mock Xi Jinping, or you can get disappeared, and you have a family and you got to feed your family. I'm not gonna renege on my morals and stuff, but I really do believe there's a greater conspiracy going on that's even deeper than anyone I've really ever seen be able to explain it. That we're really going to lose control of our government and our more than we already have. Right, our government doesn't work on behalf of us, but I think it's going to become much more out in the open, a lot sooner rather than later. And I think when the economy collapses, because younger people don't spend a lot of money, so when the boomer class dies out, we're going to see some economic shifts, and I think we're going to see a reset about that point. To adjust, because we're not going to be able to print enough money even to keep up with what's going to happen when the boomers die out. I mean, young people don't own homes, they don't buy anything. There's going to be a shift in the housing market, and I'm just like nervous that these people know it's coming, and so they're kind of grabbing like a military control of our government, and they're doing it through this CIA. It's the CIA backed company that's kind of going in, and like it's like the elites, the deep state, sort of taking more and more control from us. And I'm nervous. I'm very nervous about it. It makes me very scared. And I wonder if these people are not evil and they're not siding with Palantir and Vance and stuff because they're evil. Maybe they know more than we know, and they know what's coming, and they just don't want to be on the dark side of the regime. It's like, I'm just afraid that we're going to get, if we're not careful, that we're going to be on the dark side of the regime. That's genuinely, that's what I feel like. I'm afraid.
We definitely have a lot of trouble coming our way, and especially once the boomers go, that's when you're going to see the real crackdown on laws. That's what they're doing now, is because they know that the boomers are the number one to back Israel, to back all this kind of propaganda that they put out. And once they're gone, you're going to be filled with a country of people who aren't buying the BS anymore. So the only way to control us is to restrict our speeches, to put in all these laws into effect. And then with if JD Vance moves up in the rankings, then you have Palantir, where it'd be just pretty much a police state. Everything's going to be monitored, everything that you do in public, everything you write on social media, and these are all going to be gathered as tools against us to really try to stop us. So we should really start looking into El Salvador.
Yeah, I think is Curtis. Well, I'm going to go to Palestra this weekend. I don't know. Is Curtis Yarvin supposed to be? Someone's supposed to be there.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Curtis Yarvin. I'm going to go try to talk to him. I don't know what I think about Curtis Yarvin.
Mike has an opinion, I think.
I don't have a ton of thoughts. I'm not like a big fan of his work. I've never like read anything he's done. I've like listened to a couple podcasts with him. I know he's a big Peter Thiel guy. He's like known as the court philosopher pretty much for the Thiel camp. He refers to Gentiles. I can't remember. He refers to Gentiles and Jews as like he speaks in code, and then he says that that Gentiles are elves, I think, and then Jews are like wizards or something. I forgot, but like he pretty much says in coded language that Jews should rule over Gentiles.
Is Yarvin Jewish?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. You see, I suspected because of the way he looks, but like this is where I want to be careful. I was going to say this. We'll talk about this over on the other platform. We'll go over to logos. I do want to read a couple of these things, super chats, because I kind of want to talk about it there because I'm afraid that maybe trying to just be right is not the best political strategy long term, and that there's like it's not over after Trump. There's we got a long life to live, and I got to figure out what the best strategy is going forward for survival. And I don't know if trying to burn down Vance, maybe you don't have to suck his dick, or whatever, but like, things are just it's going to become a dark world, and I don't know if there's any place that we're going to be protected. And I don't want my family arrested and thrown in jail.
Brazilian jungle.
Mm-hmm. I'm with him.
Yeah.
Brazilian jungle.
Yeah, let's go.
Jungle fever. With that being said, Ked's Dead 8679 said Henny is the best straight man. Double entendre.
Thank you.
Where'd you read this comment?
YouTube.
Okay.
Does someone have a copy of our other super chats on Rumble? Mine timed out.
Let me look and see if
I just don't have them. Let me see if I can go
There are
to
many
the dash.
insults on Rumble against me. I mean, well,
it probably won't come up for me either because I refreshed my thing. Yeah,
just don't.
I don't have it.
Let me see if I can find them. Hold up. Give me a second. Is this stats and analytics? And it's hard to know where. Like Rumble's backend is like almost as confusing as Facebook's.
Oh, Rumble. Here we go. Why is Elijah that gay?
Yeah, that's not. They don't want to pay for that.
Why?
Here we go. Here we go. Hold up. Let me But see, here they are. Here's rants, but I can't read.
Yeah, but you can't read them. Yeah, I'm probably looking at the same screen right now too.
Yeah, it's like I don't understand how. Someone said Homer J. Fuentes. That was on the last one. Here, yeah, you can scroll over. You can like put your cursor and it says, Randall Flagg said, Lida, thanks for the content. I wish I had more to give besides a few shekels. The El Salvador trip was fantastic. A for effort and your hard work. Also looking to Singapore trip one day. Very fashy. Yeah, I actually will look into that. Probably going to do Singapore trip as well. All right, we'll see you guys over at Locals. We'll be right back, and we're going to talk a little bit about whether it's what we need to do in the coming months and years, and should we just stay out of some of these fights, or should we really be aware and be wise on what's brewing and think, where do we want to stand politically? Where do we want to go? And what's the wisest choice on who to align with? Do we just say that everyone's wrong and then make our, pull ourselves into an island? Or do we have to work with some people that we may not want to work with and, do some things that wouldn't be ideal in order to make sure that, our children and our offspring survive? I'm not talking about compromise. I'm talking about playing politics. This is a real question, a real conversation I want to have on how do we play the correct politics, not only as individuals, but as people, as SOBs originally, and what do we do going forward, And so let's talk about it. My point being is maybe when you work for a Mormon, don't say Mormons are going to hell, even if you believe it. I'll see you over on Locals. We'll be right back.